you would never wear your niece's panties?
No, never.
Have you ever jerked off into her underwear?
Absolutely not.
Question for you, Jonathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do. I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
This is 33-year-old Jonathan Keyless, and detectives would accuse him of being a monster for committing the most heinous crimes they had ever seen.
Jacksonville 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Did not come home from high school today. She goes to Cherry Park High School. Her phone is going straight to voicemail. Okay. You have no idea what she is.
What you just heard was the frantic 911 call her mother made moments after her daughter vanished without a trace on December 19th, 2018. Most of this footage has never been seen before.
You know, we literally had her kids for summers. You know, summer at a time, and then, you know, weekends, all of them. And you know, it's just like, if we knew where she was at, we would have been the first ones to grab her.
Here lie the dismembered remains of 16-year-old, pregnant Iana Sawyer. And this is her uncle who put her there. How did a bright young girl who had just walked out of her school that day reach such a nightmarish fate? What you're about to discover will leave you breathless. The viciousness of this crime is beyond anything you could ever imagine. An unthinkably sadistic plot, which we will unravel before you very soon.
So you guys, when was the last time you all saw her then?
Last time they stayed the night over here, which was before, it was in November.
November?
Last week in November, we had all four of them over here.
This footage was taken on the day police began their search, with Jonathan Keyless and his wife, Naomi Mobley, present. At first glance, he seems like any other concerned individual in the face of a tragic situation. When Kimberly first reported her daughter missing, the police were quick to label it a case of a teenage runaway. But as the days passed without any sign of Iana, their concern deepened, and the investigation took a darker turn. Their focus soon shifted to Keyless, a man who claimed to be as distraught as the rest of the family. You'll soon discover that the truth about Keyless and the missing pregnant teen was far more terrifying than anyone could have imagined. It would go down in history as one of the most depraved crimes against a young girl.
Jonathan, I met you at your house before we talked to text about it.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've met
No, I have not.
Detective Milwaukee.
Likewise.
There's been a lot happened. We need to talk about, okay?
Yeah.
I want to listen to everything you got to say, but naturally I'm going to have questions. Can't really ask those questions unless I go through your rights. And this is a way to protect you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear everything you got to say, but I'm going to read your rights first, okay?
Okay.
Now, Keyless finds himself in the interrogation room as the detective begins to uncover a trail that leads straight to him. But what exactly could have happened on that fateful day? As the investigation intensifies, the shocking truth is about to come to light.
One of the things that we're investigating, is with your niece,
Yes.
Samaya.
Oh, Samaya.
Yes.
Okay. So,
what can you tell me about Samaya? Like, why do you think you would be here because of Samaya?
I've been accused many times by the older siblings, the sisters and stuff, that I've been inappropriate with Iana and Maya.
And how would they think what would they think is inappropriate?
Well, let's say this: the first time that it was brought to anybody's attention, they didn't hear it directly from them. I heard it from like a sister, Margie, and she mentioned that that they think that I was the reason that Yana was turned out because she got caught in, having sex with a guy that was over 21 across the street. So, but prior to this, we've had complications in the family. they will pick on my wife. My wife has a little bit of, she needs medication to kind of stay level.
Okay.
But once my wife was almost having to get admitted into the hospital, I had it with them. I'm telling you, I could be under a truck, fixing on a truck, and I'll drop what I'm doing to come and help them move or wherever the case may be. So with seeing my wife deteriorating the way she was, I couldn't deal with it no more. So I sent a mass text out to every last one of the sisters and said, listen, you guys got my wife. You have been picking on my wife all this year time. I've been staying out of it because this is a sister matter type of deal. I can't do it no more. I'm done with it. I don't want to hear none of your drama. You leave your stuff out there on the side of the road, wherever you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I'm not going to come and help you. I'm not going to do nothing. You've just been nothing but drama in my life and in my wife's life. I'm keeping my distance from you guys. From that point on, this is about, I'm horrible with dates. I'm horrible with times. I want to say about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year ago.
Okay.
And, from that point on, it's been just rocky roads with me and the sisters. Jametta started. I think Jonathan has been inappropriate with Maya and Yana. Now they question them girls separately, together, and it's been he's never been inappropriate with me. And it's, I don't have nothing to hide. I got kids older than them.
Jonathan was an uncle to the Sawyer siblings by marriage, a man who claimed to love them as if they were his own children. But behind this facade of a caring family member lurked his evil motives. This same uncle preyed on the very children he was supposed to protect. Iana and her younger sister Samaya Sawyer were not just his nieces, they were his victims. However, not everyone was fooled by Jonathan's act. Their aunt, Jametta, harbored her own suspicions. She was the first to point the finger of doubt at him, sensing something was terribly wrong beneath the surface.
Kim, the mother, she says, listen, I never thought that way, but, and it kind of got brushed under the tables. I still didn't talk to Tweedledee and Tweedledum, which is Jametta and Paul. I didn't talk to them no more. And
are they the older ones?
Those are the older ones, correct. I didn't talk to them anymore because those are the ones that started with the nonsense. And after they got, I guess, the girls' side, and even Maya, they were, she would text me, she'd say, I wish they would stop asking these questions. This is just getting ridiculous. They treat you so wrong and all that, their stuff. Once that passed and that blew over, everything was good. They're staying the night, weeks on end at the house. We're going fishing together. We're doing pretty much everything.
Right.
And then from that point,
and this was this past year.
This was
2018.
18, maybe 17 into 18.
Okay.
Then after that, Yana got caught with, I guess she was late picking up her brother, and her brother squilled on her or whatnot and stated that she was with some boy or whatnot. They went through her phone, found out that she was having a sexual relationship with a boy that she said that was 17, and turned out that he was 21 across the street. And then that turned into, the reason Yana was doing that was because I had to turn her out. Whatnot. So
when you say turned her out,
I'm sorry. Meaning that I had to introduce her to sex.
So you had full sex. That's what they're saying.
Pretty much that I had initiated her learning about sex, and this is the reason why she was running around, and then. After that situation happened, Kim also was like, well, the first time she says, nope, our relationship was just gotten better. I'm not trying to ruin that because, we always help Kim, because she has 4 children. She's like almost on a minimum wage salary. Her lights always getting cut off. We always help them feed the kids, take them when she needed a break and stuff like that. So she supposedly was on the wall with it, like, well, hold on. But then again, as you know, time passed, my wife made me aware. She never stopped them from, you know, questioning them and stuff like that. But anyway, after that situation happened, they questioned her again, and they questioned both of them again. Did Uncle John ever get, you know, fresh with you guys, or come out of character or anything like that with you guys? And boom, again, nope. And Yana was saying nope.
When was that?
This is the thing. That was definitely in 2018.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I would say towards the middle
okay.
yeah, like maybe
June,
beginning
July,
to the middle,
summer.
something like that. Yeah.
So they questioned the second time, and the girl said no.
Said no, nothing ever. He's never been appropriate. He's only been a father figure to us. Now, their real father is just pretty much he's there, but he's not there type of deal. So
notice how Jonathan exhibits the classic traits of a predator. A textbook predator often targets children who lack a strong adult presence in their lives, just as Jonathan did with Iana and Samaya. When the girls were questioned about their uncle's behavior, both denied any inappropriate conduct, likely out of fear. The incident Jonathan cites where Iana's brother found out about a guy she was seeing is only a fragment of the larger, more disturbing truth. As the interrogation unfolds, you'll see Jonathan revealing details that paint a different picture. He casually mentions how Iana texted him and even discusses the relationship he had with her. What he reveals next will leave the interrogators stunned and speechless.
So you're doing all these things with the girls.
no, with all of them.
Right, with the kids.
All of the kids.
But then they're accusing you of messing with the girls.
Correct. Yeah, and this is they came out with that. They started like real heavy with it when Yana went with that boy across the street and doing all that. That's when it started like really thick. And then
give me an example of things they think were inappropriate.
Well, I would just say what they were saying, and again, this is not something that they came directly to talk to me about, because had they did, I would have whipped out my phone and say, hey, look, Kim, wait, no, this is what we talk about every day. And the majority of it. So you talk to them on the phone? Yeah, I talk to them.
Talk to them, what do you... So what, did you use Facebook?
No. Yana Snapchat. Yana showed me about Snapchat. Okay. I didn't know nothing about Snapchat. I didn't even know what the hell. I know. That's their language. So, that's what she showed me how to do. And then something about score streaks. So you send pictures in the morning and then in the afternoon or whatever, as much pictures as you can send. Like selfies or whatever, or even the sky, whatever. Right. You get like a certain score streaks or whatever. I still don't understand that too well. But that's what we normally communicated through. Right. And the reason why is because, it kind of sounds like incriminating now, but it's because the message is delete. And there's a lot of things that they come tell me about their moms and that, about just their everyday struggles being in home, because they never wanted to be home. And that was just something that they didn't want their mom, because it's happened before, and I'm pretty sure that's how it happened with the guy across the street, that she went through her text messages and saw all this here stuff that they were talking about. And also prior to that, she had was talking to one of her friends about their living situation, and her mom just went smack the hell off on her,
Which one? Who did she go off on?
Yana. Ayana was Ayana. Ayana, yes. Ayana was her mom at one point in time had a real tight relationship. Right. And then where that changed, I cannot put my finger on it, but it changed. And she got this sense that, mom doesn't care about us. And that's both the girls that used to, do that. Is mainly she doesn't care about us. All she cares about, Mr. Darius and is
that her boyfriend?
That's her boyfriend. Yeah. Mr. Darius and whatever they say about or whatnot. Yeah. So the ants are accusing you of this kind of stuff, and you're telling me that Ayana and Samaya, correct,
said no.
Correct. That's right. They said nope. That never happened. That he's never been inappropriate with me or anything like that.
This troubling detail is a glaring red flag. Why is a 33-year-old man engaging with a 16-year-old on Snapchat where messages get deleted after a certain time frame? And why is this their sole means of communication? What kinds of pictures and messages are they exchanging in secret? In the next clip, the detective drops a bombshell that will make Jonathan's blood run cold. They've uncovered the horrifying secret he's been desperately trying to hide.
Okay, and then, so let me tell you how I got involved with this case, because if that were the case, I wouldn't be involved.
Absolutely.
Right, because that sounds like a non-starter. Right?
Correct.
So I get involved with the case when they're doing a missing persons report, right, for Ayana, is it? Ayana. And so while doing that, they were looking on her computer.
Correct.
And so they're finding stuff on the computer that she's authoring.
Mm-hmm.
That's implying a sexual relationship with you. Almost like a love affair.
Well, I also read the same thing because Margie took a picture of it and sent it to my wife. And this was
so
the first time I did.
Okay.
And this was the first time that we were introduced to the police. They came to the house. This is after she ran away.
Okay.
And they came to the house searching for her and through our house.
Right.
So, yes, I also read it, and it was a character
what do you make
named
of that?
Jose. This blew my mind all the way around because it's a lot of stuff in that thing we actually did talk about, about her sister having relations with her boyfriend and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is there that makes sense, and then there's other stuff that is like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense at all. This is not something that we've ever talked about. Right.
But some of it almost it's pertaining to your house or your home, and so because there was like 4 pages.
I only saw the
right.
I think 2 or whatever.
But in Reflect, right? Mm-hmm. So, but Samaya is also mentioned in there as well.
Correct.
So that's how I met with Samaya. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think Samaya would tell me if I asked her about those 4 pages?
Well, for what I was made aware of, Samaya was agreeing that the Jose character was me.
Correct.
And she's mentioned that was me, and like I explained to my wife, and I also got a text message from, I'm thinking it was Samaya, but my niece doesn't talk like that, through the text message. Like I mentioned to the person that whoever was text messaging me, I said, Maya, what the hell, pretty much what's going on? Because at first, I have a daughter named Maya. At first, she and the message started like, are you mad at me? This is something Adobe phone. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that meant. It's like an Adobe phone. I still got a text message in my phone. And it mentioned, she says, I don't have, are you mad at me? And then I says, hey baby, how you doing? This, how's your summer vacation? Your Christmas vacation and stuff like that. Why would I be mad at you? And then she put, because I told, and I'm like, hold on. Who is this? Is this my daughter or this is my niece?
Right.
And she mentioned this is my niece. This is your niece Maya. And I said, hold on, baby. I can't talk to you. You got these people thinking that I'm some monster. I'm a monster over here. I hope I told them, because this is what I also told the police. I told the police that they most likely forced her to say whatever they're wanting her to say, because
who's forcing her?
Her mom. I have my nephew and her used to date. Her youngest brother Keri supposedly caught them on the rocks having
her youngest brother. So Samaya's youngest brother.
Correct.
Okay,
caught Samaya and Kenneth on the rocks is literally right across the street. You see, it's just wide open, having sex.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay. And
Now,
when was this?
This was, I want to say, you can't quote me on it. I'll say maybe a few months ago. It was.
Okay.
It's just
But it's
fairly
2018.
fresh. 18, fairly
Okay.
fresh, and
Later part of the year.
correct.
Okay.
So, everything boiled over. I called Kenneth. I said, "Hey, Kenneth, you know." My sister-in-law is like screaming at my wife right now about you two having any relations on the rocks.
Right.
And he says, no, that never happened. What are you talking about? Then I hear my wife, I told my wife, I says, he's denying it, you know, and my wife was like, Samaya just admitted to it. Now, comes to find out, I just spoke to my grandmother today, or if not yesterday. She told me the story, and also my aunt also said the same thing too. And that's just kind of scary. She said Samaya came one day to school, and because he doesn't go to the same school, but he transfers buses there at the
sometimes
same
they
school.
meet at a bus place and go to another school.
She met up with him. Her face was super swollen, like as she got beat up, and she gave him a letter. And the letter pretty much was, I'm sorry, my mom forced me to, you know, admit that I had sex with you. I know it never happened. And yeah.
She said it
never happened. And this is like, it was like, okay, mind blowing, you know.
Right.
And also there was another time that Samaya told me this about her cousin, which was Elijah. Elijah. Supposedly he was molesting her since about 5 to 7 years old until about 2000 and beginning of 2018.
So I know about Elijah because that case was handled with us.
Correct.
After Iyanna went missing, her mother, Kimberly, scoured the computer for clues to aid in her search. There, she found a 4-page letter written by Iyanna. In the letter, Iyanna mentioned a man named Jose, who, as Kimberly later discovered, is actually Jonathan Keyless. It wasn't until Kimberly questioned her younger daughter, Samaya, about this Jose that the unsettling connection began to emerge. Fearing Jonathan's reaction, Samaya texted him to ask if he was angry. When Jonathan learned about the letter and the unfolding revelations, he scrambled to make up a story to support his version of events and deflect suspicion. Jonathan tries to discredit Samaya by labeling her as an attention seeker, despite her genuine fears and concerns. In 2017, when the siblings moved into the Keyless household to help care for their newborn cousin, Naya, Jonathan had suffered a broken femur, and his wife, Naomi, was seriously ill. With both adults incapacitated, Iyanna stepped in to babysit Naya. What started as a supportive gesture under difficult circumstances would soon turn into a deeply unsettling story.
Paula mentioned to my wife once the Kenneth thing happened, she says, this doesn't make any sense. And I truly think that she made that story up with Elijah as well, because, and this is how it's been happening. Iyanna gets in trouble for something, and Maya comes up with something. Like something happens with Maya. Iyanna gets in trouble with something. Maya comes something. She needs attention in some form, and I hate to say that, I really do.
Right.
But so far, that's kind of how things has been playing out. You know, and I, like I said, I don't want to put no shade or anything on this situation. This is a very serious situation. I understand that, but that has been the track record thus far. So now, Iyanna is missing. She ran away or whatnot. Now here I am sitting in the hot seat because Maya is mentioning me as that I was, you know, I'm Mr. Jose.
Okay.
You know, so.
Do you know who she ran away with?
I don't. Now, my wife asked me, when was the last time we had conversations with Iyanna? And I think she gave you a date. And this is I guess, yeah. So, you know, that's the only time I've known her to leave. And this is because we heard it through, the sisters, that she didn't show up after school or whatnot. And that's what it's been. I've been expecting Ayana to call me, text me, anything, Snapchat me, smoke signal.
How often do you usually speak with the girls?
The girls I speak with Maya and Ayana just almost about every day. We speak. Yeah, just about every day. We spoke.
What's your Snapchat name?
My name. Yeah, we speak just about all the time. And
Jonathan
Jonathan J. Quillers, I think it is. And we speak all the time. Now, like I mentioned before, they weren't happy. We even was setting up for them to live with us. Mm-hmm. They were actually entertaining the dining room. We were going to close it off, put a TV in, try to get mom to be okay with it. And her only objectives was, I'm claiming taxes on them, type of deal. Mm-hmm. So it's been a pattern that just keeps on going with Kim. I'm not saying that she's a bad mother. She's very young. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that these girls need attention, and the attention wasn't there. So we were just trying to pull them into our life, to kind of keep them with us and have them,
You know why Samaya would tell me that you had sex with her?
I have no idea. No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Because she's saying that you had sex with her and that she did not want to have sex with you.
That is absolutely absurd. No. Okay. I've never, ever got it out of line with the girls, never got inappropriate with the girls. If anything, I've always been trying to educate them on these stupid boys that's out here that's all about, because Maya really, her self-esteem is this big. Right. And if you know anything about younger girls and self-esteem, you see exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Every time I tell her how pretty, how beautiful she is, I let her know that, listen, you keep your head strong. And the same thing when she came out about Elijah situation, because she told me, you know what I'm saying? It's, the guy that's supposedly having inappropriate, contact with her, she was the one that confided to me, you know what I'm saying? And I coached her to expressing this to mom, telling them about it and stuff like that. And, I only have ever just been, you need to keep your head up. You're straight A student. You're gorgeous. You don't need to settle for, nonsense. Mm-hmm. And that's all it's been. I've never, ever, ever got out of line with this girl. Ever.
Question for you, Jonathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Look at her face.
I could look at her face.
They need closure.
I'm not a monster. I have nothing to do with her disappearance. I have nothing to do with her disappearance at all.
So the whole family's off. Samaya's a liar. Your brother who loves you is just crazy. Right? Everyone's just circling Jonathan.
The last I spoke with my brother, he was all bent out of shape, and he was just like, yeah, I can't believe, I'm disappointed in you and all that there stuff. And I'm like, hold on, bro. You got this all twisted. I didn't do nothing. I have no idea what the hell happened with this young lady, any of that. So
then how did he have all those details?
I don't know how he had all those details. I'm sorry. I don't know how he had any of those details.
You told him.
No.
You know you did.
I did not.
Even after learning that his brother has confessed everything to the police, Jonathan stubbornly refuses to utter a word. In a foolish display, he continues to act confident, thinking he can outwit detectives and the truth and get what he wants.
This is my partner, Detective 03. We're almost done. All right, just bear with me. I just want to run through this timeline one more time, just so I can make sure I got all my facts straight. Okay, because I talked to you, I took some notes, but I don't want to inaccurately document this. Okay, we've looked up everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done our research. It's
when I say we turned over every stone, we have turned over every stone. and we wouldn't call you in here, and we wouldn't talk to you, and we wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt to tell us the truth if we hadn't turned over every stone. We're not fucking around. We're not lying to you. This isn't TV. We don't make shit up. Okay? Tell us. Tell us.
I don't have anything to tell you guys. I don't. I don't have anything to tell you guys. No, I know, like I told you guys before, I know you guys got a job to do. And I understand. I understand my situation is looking crazy. I get that. But, like, when your facts come back, all of it is going to point in different ways. It's not going to point to me.
Which facts?
Who do you think it's going to point to?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm talking about what we have at hand. You guys are homicide detectives. We're talking about my niece being gone. That has nothing to do with me at all.
I think it has everything to do with you.
Slowly but surely, every fact has come back to you. When we came out to your house on the 30th, we asked you for DNA because we wanted to test it against that kit she had in March. Okay, those things take forever to test. We put a rush on it. Okay? We tested it against yours. And the dude across the street. Came back to both of you. His and yours.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. There's no way.
I'm not bullshitting you, man.
I feel kind of bullshitted, bro, because there is no way that DNA would come back to me. Period.
How did it get there?
I have no idea.
Did you?
I have no idea at all. I've never had any sexual contact with any of these girls. I never got ever inappropriate with them. And I mean, it's one time that I call Samaya a hoe. It was like, whatever, and that was it. And she flipped the hell out. That was the only time that I've ever called any of them out of their name, let alone be inappropriate with them. So when I'm telling you, you saying the DNA came back with me and him, that is just way hell no.
I'm going to ask you a few.
Criminals like Jonathan often find themselves torn between the weight of their guilt and the fear of facing justice. In the safety of a close relationship, they may feel more in control, believing that a family member's loyalty will shield them from the full force of the law.
Questions, and these may sound very bizarre and out of left field. Okay, so don't be offended by this. Have you ever worn her underwear?
No.
Have you ever jerked off into her underwear?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Your wife, she's a lot taller than her. She weighs a lot more. I'm not saying she's overweight, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Does your wife and her share underwear?
No. No, my wife would never wear,
And you would never wear your niece's panties?
No, never.
Okay. Would they even fit?
I couldn't tell you. She's real skinny, so the last I checked that.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA, you're the only person that can have your DNA. There's no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
Do you know what dropout is?
No.
It's where you have semen inside a woman's vagina and gravity kind of drops out. Sometimes even if you use a condom, you take it off and it still comes in there, okay? Sometimes it's on your fingers, but it's called dropout. Ends of the underwear. It's there.
Yeah, I get it, but it's not mine, man.
It is yours. No. That's the problem. The reality is the fact that you're going to deny it.
Because it's the truth.
It's not the truth.
Yeah, man. So
and it's not even just regular DNA. It's not like I just touched him and my DNA's on there. It is DNA from you that's on her underwear. And you just told me there's no possible way, with the questions he asked you, that your DNA should be inside of her underwear. Period. 100%.
100%.
Well, guess what it is? And I'm serious, honest to God. God is my witness. I will come in here, put a Bible on this table, and put my hand and swear. The fact is, your DNA is inside her underwear. This is your opportunity to get on the front side of this as opposed to the back side of this.
Explain what went wrong, explain what happens, and we can work through it.
Dude, I have nothing to explain. There's nothing that went wrong. It's nothing that done.
And out of the blue, your brother's just going to call us up and tell us his story.
What the f is going on with my brother, dude? I don't.
Well, we're going through and we're checking off boxes. All right. DNA. Check. Got it. Confirms what we didn't know, but it confirms it.
All right. I'm done with it. Let's go.
All right.
So you guys charging me?
No, you're getting charged with a case.
What case is that?
A sex case. We'll let you know in just a second.
Jonathan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing else I would like to say.
In a shocking confession, Jonathan admitted to killing Iana, claiming he had no other choice but to end her life. These incriminating statements were later presented as crucial testimonies in court, adding another layer to the trove of evidence against him. On September 21st, the jury reached the verdict after less than 1 hour of deliberation. Jonathan was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder and sexual battery. On October 2nd, 2023, he was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences. He will also be designated as a sexual predator. Iana's story serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk beneath familiar faces. Her memory urges us to stay vigilant and protect our children from those who might harm them, no matter how trustworthy they seem. The profound trauma inflicted on her sister Samaya will forever alter her life, casting a shadow that no one can truly erase.
Baby was actually set on fire. Oh my God.
Behind this disturbing murder of a newborn, a cold case which remained buried for 27 years, lies only one person with the answers. 52-year-old Keri Mazzuca. But little do the detectives know that they are about to confront an extremely heartless woman, desperately holding on to the last remaining strands of her lies.
My baby.
I didn't, baby.
Who did?
I don't know who did.
The doctor who did the autopsy says your version's bull.
Beneath the calm denial of this mother of 2 lies a story soaked in cruelty, so disturbing that even seasoned detectives would be left speechless. The tragedy started on the morning of September 7, 1997, when 2 city workers in Albany, New York, were performing routine maintenance in Washington Park. Near the base of the Moses statue, they discovered a blue pillowcase that appeared to be partially burned, but what they found inside would leave them stunned. It was the body of a lifeless baby boy, later named Moses. However, at the time, there were no leads or witnesses, and unfortunately, the identity of the parents remained unknown. However, nearly 23 years later, in 2020, the Albany Police Department, along with the Cold Case Analysis Center at the College of St. Rose, used modern forensic technology to reanalyze the evidence from the case. After 2 years of analysis, in 2022, the lab Othram Inc. successfully managed to create a full DNA profile from preserved evidence. That profile was submitted to the FBI's forensic genealogy team, which matched it to a relative of the baby. It was through that lead that investigators identified Keri S. Mazzuca, who had been living just 5 blocks from the original crime scene. And what awaited was a shocking and roller coaster interrogation where a 27-year-old mystery finally began to crack open.
So the reason we need you to help us out here is we're looking into something that happened quite a few years ago, okay? Back in 1997. So some remains were found in Washington Park, okay? And, it's been a long time since it happened. We've been kind of working on it here and there. And we've been deploying a new investigative technique, right? Do you watch, any of this stuff on the news, genealogy stuff?
No.
Okay. So what we do is we kind of go to some third-party companies like Ancestry.com, stuff like that, and try and build family trees, okay? So part of that is that the remains, the DNA testing on the remains that we found are connected to your family, okay? Yeah, so it was younger, right? The remains, best we can tell. And we honestly don't know really what happened. It's just one of those things that they're trying to get us to figure out and use this new, it's crazy, right? So let me ask you this. Do you know of anyone in your family that you guys could never find or anything like that?
No, I mean, I'm not close with my family, but no.
Okay. Actually, I should have started. Part of this is we're building out that family tree, right?
Right.
Because certain things aren't filled. Are you on Ancestry.com? Right?
No.
Right. So that's the problem, right? So there's huge gaps. So it could show Keri Spielman, right? Her, great aunt gave DNA because she's an ancestry buff. So now we have to go out and build that out, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Too. So let me ask you this. You got mom, dad, obviously. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a sister.
Okay, you have a sister. And what's your sister's name?
Wendy Morrison. Morrison.
Okay. And is she local?
She lives in Roxbury now.
Roxbury? Okay.
She was in Watertown, and I think she went to Roxbury, Watertown, and then back to Roxbury.
DNA genealogy might not directly point towards one person, but with enough DNA samples from the family members, it can be clarified who the mother is. The detectives here are keeping their cards close to their chest with Keri to see her responses by asking her about her sister, Wendy. Keri is unaware that right before the interrogation, detectives already conducted what's known as a trash pull, and they collected discarded items from outside Keri's residence in Albany. And from that trash, a profile was created that clearly matched the baby, making it evident that Keri is the mother. However, what they need is a clear story of what happened, and with every question, they are about to close in on the truth.
Actually, I didn't even ask you. So you said you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other kids?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I know it's kind of a personal question, but it's one of the things I gotta ask. How many times have you been pregnant?
2.
2?
Yes.
Okay.
Very easy, very...
Easy pregnancies? No issues?
No.
What about after? Because, my wife, she got the postpartum. Did you ever get that?
No.
Really? Good for you. It was,
No.
It was a tough time in the lawyer household.
It wasn't really?
Oh, my God.
No. I had a good support system.
Okay.
And they were good.
Okay.
You're the father of your 2 children, Josh and Hannah.
Yes.
You guys still together or?
No, we're divorced.
Divorced. Did you meet him in Roxbury or down here?
Nope, here.
Here?
We work together. Yeah.
At Tri-City?
Nope, at Cameron.
At the Living Resources.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So when did you meet him? How long after you came here?
Well, I met him immediately because we worked together.
Yep.
But then we started dating probably 2 years later. He was actually engaged.
Oh, he was engaged.
He was engaged, and then they broke up, and then, yeah.
So part of this is we're going around, we're trying to collect DNA samples from people, all right, to try and match to the remains and that we're doing. Is that something you'd be able to help us out with?
That's
Give
fine.
us a sample of DNA? Okay. Yeah, we can do that here in a moment.
So the remains were found where? Can you tell me that?
Yeah. So, are you familiar with this area at all?
Within Washington Park? I've seen it during Tulip Festival.
Okay. Have you ever been here?
Just looked, the only time I ever got to Washington Park was Tulip Festival.
Tulip Fest. Okay.
Yeah.
So where these flower beds are over here, right by this road, this is where the remains are found. Yeah. But I mean, easy
Ooh,
enough.
I'm sorry, I've got goosebumps.
Oh, it's horrible.
Ugh.
I mean, it is. It's, you know, every. I'm sure whoever, you know, whatever happened, there's an explanation, because generally there's an explanation to everything that happens because it happened, right?
Right.
You know, it's just a matter of figuring it out, you know, and I think eventually we'll do that, you know, but part of that is talking to people and figuring it out. You know, we can do so much investigatively, like following DNA trails and stuff, and it is super cool, like the way this stuff works. Like, I swear to you, soon, we're not there yet. But
So how does that work with DNA? Can you pinpoint?
Yeah.
I don't watch any of those stupid.
No.
Sorry, I don't mean
No,
stupid
it's not.
shows.
You're
They're
insulting my career.
No, they freak me out.
Law enforcement's not a special thing. It's like someone figures out a cool thing to do to solve crimes.
Right.
Or, you know, figure stuff out. Because not everything's a crime. But to figure stuff out. And then everyone gets on it. Like Golden State Killer. He was a serial killer around California for years. Like numerous victims. And then they implored this technology that we're kind of using now. And they were able to link him to all these crimes from like 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
game changer.
crazy.
It's actually a huge help, you know? Like, it generally does help us do what we got to do. So the way it works is, you know, we go around, we obtain DNA samples from a bunch of different people, and then we end up zeroing in and figure out who mom and dad are.
Because it's that same kind of thing where, like, everyone's DNA starts spreading out the branches of the trees.
Right.
But the more samples that we can find and we can keep comparing them, it keeps bringing us in because we find like the traits that are, you know, similar between the people.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
It's cool, you know, and it's like I said, this is a baby, if you couldn't tell.
I'm gonna throw up. Like, that's gross.
I know. I mean, here's the thing though, is, you know, we're just trying to figure out what happened to it. You know, the remains, they are what they are. We're honestly trying to just fill in the blanks here. This is a historic event that happened. It is what it is. No one's changing that now. We're just trying to get some answers and figure out exactly what occurred. You know, whoever, you know, the mother and father have their reasons for whatever they did. I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
You know, you never know what kind of headspace someone's in. Like, you could look at me and I could appear put together, but I'm a mess in my personal life, you know?
Keri plays the part, nodding along, pretending to be impressed by the wonders of modern DNA, as if she's a curious bystander. But beneath the fake fascination is panic she can barely contain. Because no matter how amazed she pretends to be, science isn't here to entertain. It's here to expose her. And her innocent facade that she had been wearing for years was about to finally crumble.
So part of the thing is, you know, we're asking people as we're going through. So this is a very newborn baby that gets found. And we're trying to hash that out as to exactly what happened to it. And we're just getting people's perspective.
Right.
Like, I mean, these remains, they get found in Washington Park. I mean, in your mind, what would cause someone to leave a baby in a place? Anything you could think of?
No. Because they have all those, like, hospitals, safe places.
Yeah, like a safe haven to leave kids.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to wrap our head around.
No idea. That's.
I mean, so there's some aggravating factors with this as well.
I think especially, like, how?
Right. I mean, that's what we're trying to wrap our heads around and get from people. I mean, this happened, and I think within short order, we're going to be able to figure out definitely who mom is, you know, and then we'll work through who dad is, and, you know, we got to collect all these DNA samples and go from there. But, you know, the thing about this is So I'm sorry I gotta show you this, but I do, because it is important. Okay. The baby was actually set on fire.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only was it abandoned, but...
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out exactly what happened to this baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because here's the thing, right? Is it could be a couple different things here. We know the baby was alive. We know it breathed, had lung flowing through its airs, was healthy, was crying. And then this happens.
Ugh.
Keri listens as detectives calmly lay out the facts. However, her reaction is minimal, which doesn't go unnoticed. Now, they just need to see what Keri will do with the facts laid out. And to their surprise, the truth is about to burst wide open with a chilling confession, one that no one saw coming.
So we're trying to figure out, who did it. Obviously, right?
Right.
Because in your mind, I mean, you see that. What's that scream to you?
It's crazy. No.
But I mean, as I said, everything's explained.
Right.
But it's not me. I don't know. Especially when, we can prove it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the spot you want to be, or someone wants to be, I should say.
Right.
Right? Like if someone is truly related or the mother or father of this child, the best thing they could do when we talk to them, and this is just me thinking out loud, is the best thing they could do when we talk to them is be truthful, right? Like, yeah, all right, yeah, this is what happened, but I didn't do that, or so-and-so did that, but people that lie, that ain't gonna go their way, right? Because everything gets figured out. As I was telling you, like that Golden State guy,
right,
or oldest son. Look at that, the Giglio Beach guy that killed all those girls.
Right.
They figure it out, because what they do is we end up, we go, we get DNA, we make comparisons, and God helps someone if they lie. Because all you have is your credibility, right? Because 27 years ago, baby Moses gets found here, right? And say you are mom, right? I'm not saying you are, but say you are, right? And we bring you down here, and you say, no, I'm not the mother. I was never pregnant then. What if that's not true? Like, we could figure all that stuff out, right? And then what happens is we go, hey, guess what? We found this baby, and the mother said she's not the mother. What's that scream to you? If you're
I did it. I did it.
You did it?
I did it.
What happened?
I got pregnant. I had the baby. I gave birth in my bathtub. Baby died. Didn't know how to get rid of it.
The confession came out of nowhere. Keri might have simply realized there was no way out. But this was only the beginning. What followed would turn the entire interrogation into a roller coaster, one filled with disturbing, tragic details that were about to surface for the first time in 27 years.
How'd the baby die?
I think I had water in the bathtub. I think it drowned.
You drowned it?
I didn't drown it.
In that bathtub?
Yes.
Inside that apartment? Right there?
Yes.
Why'd you the baby?
I didn't baby.
Who did?
I don't know who did.
Who'd you give the baby to?
I had the baby by myself. I went down to the park. I handed it to somebody.
Who'd you hand it to?
I don't know. Some random person.
Keri, that doesn't.
I swear to God.
You did not hand this baby to a random person. That didn't happen.
I didn't know what to do. I set the baby on fire.
Was it screaming?
No, it was dead. It was dead.
So, what did you put the baby in?
A towel.
A towel? Because the doctor who did the autopsy says your version's bull.
I put it in it.
No, what I'm saying is this baby was breathing for minutes. This baby was alive.
I had it in the. I did.
That doesn't lie. This is 27 years ago. Let's clean this up. Let's be done with this here and now. That baby died, not of natural causes.
I didn't kill the baby that I'm aware of. I had it in the bathtub.
It didn't drown. There's no water in the lungs. That didn't happen. It's not of natural causes. There's no trauma, so that leaves one thing. And you know what that one thing is?
Suffocation?
This woman killed her own newborn, set the body on fire, and hid the truth for 27 years. And now, as the truth resurfaces, there's still no sign of remorse. She puts her lies over her confession like a cherry on top of a sundae. But this is where her lies are about to crumble.
Here's the thing. I get it. You're all alone in 1997. You probably moved here because you're pregnant and you were trying to hide it.
I did not. I moved here for a job.
Moved here for a job.
I didn't know I was pregnant until after I moved here.
Okay. Fair enough. And listen, I'm not disagreeing with that. It's probably true.
That is the truth.
But we know definitively that this child breathed. We know it was taking breath in its little lungs. All right? If you freaked out and did this, that's fine. We need to know. Well, look.
Yes.
Guess what?
The child.
With what?
To put in the bag.
Put it in a bag? Did you cover his mouth? His nose?
I don't remember. I don't remember that part. I may have. I don't know that I put it in a bag, though.
Okay, let's talk about this. Did you hear the baby cry and screaming?
I did not.
You didn't hear the baby cry?
No, I swear. That I remember. I do not remember hearing the baby crying.
We put him in a bag. And we know he's alive. We definitively know that from the doctor. You know?
Because an autopsy was completed on the baby. And that's how we know the baby didn't drown.
So that's what we need to figure out. And we honestly want to know because there's, the one thing I've consistently said about this whole thing is I have more questions than I have answers. And I hate being in that spot,
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure that out and we need to flush that out so we can all move forward. This is a long, long time ago. You know what I mean? So you have the baby in the tub. It doesn't drown.
No.
Okay.
I did have it in the tub. I don't remember covering its mouth and nose. Did I? Maybe. I do remember putting it in the bag. I don't remember hearing it cry.
What kind of bag?
I think like a Walmart type.
Like a plastic bag?
Like a plastic bag.
Okay. And then, how'd you get down to Washington Park?
Drove.
You drove? And you're by yourself?
Yeah. 1,000%.
The detectives had their confession. But with Keri, another lie is never too far behind. So they need to get the whole story straightened out. And while the core of the confession is over, the gruesomeness of the story isn't. And what follows would take the case to an entirely new level of horror.
Did you ever go see a doctor about being pregnant?
No.
So nobody knew?
No.
It was just, you found out and kind of kept it to yourself?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I gave birth in the bathtub.
And then you go to Washington Park. At any point, did you see any, when you're on your way down there, did you see any police stations? Did you see any hospitals? Did you see any?
No, I did. No. You just
want to get rid of the baby. How did you figure out to set it on fire?
I don't know. I don't.
Do you remember if you used matches or a lighter?
I think matches on the lighter.
Matches.
I think. Why? I don't.
So I got to ask you the natural thing because based on the way the baby's found, did you hear scream cries as the baby was?
No, I think the baby was dead at that point.
At what point, before or after you leave your house, did the baby die?
I think before.
Before?
No. I don't remember it. No.
Do you remember the baby looking at you?
No. No, I think I was just so, like I said, gave birth in the bathtub, was dealing with myself. I don't think I really, I don't have I don't remember it crying. I don't remember.
Just you remember moving?
No, not. No, I mean, I think I was just trying to take care of myself,
Yeah. How'd you sever the umbilical cord?
Scissors.
I mean, here's the thing. We know from what the doctor told us, right, that this baby was taking breaths, was alive, right? So what we need to sort out now, between us three in this room, so we can all be done with it and move on, is how exactly this baby died, right? I mean, here's the thing.
I must have suffocated it. I mean, that's all I can. My recollection, I blocked it.
Keri tries to use time to her advantage, counting on the fact that the case is nearly 3 decades old and memories might fade. But like every time before, her version of events is about to crumble yet again. And this is where her bizarre motive comes to light as she finally reveals the chilling truth.
We got to do an honest account of that with each other. Not I think, because this is something you don't forget. You probably haven't thought about it in a long time, but it's definitely something you don't forget.
I put my hands over its mouth and nose.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And then you press down?
Yeah. I think.
No, not I think. It's either did or didn't. And I'm not pressuring you to say something, but I need a definitive answer here.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I pressed down.
Did the baby stop crying when you did that?
Again, I don't remember the baby crying, but it must have. I don't remember the baby crying.
I want you to think back to 1997 when you had your hand over your mouth and nose. Did you feel those little breaths hitting your hand?
Yes.
How long until it stopped?
10 minutes? I don't know.
You held your hand on the baby for 10 minutes?
I don't. Timing, I don't know.
Why?
Why did I do it?
Yeah.
I think I just had no clue I think I was just in shock.
You're in shock. Had you met Jason yet at that point?
We were working together.
Did you like him at that point?
No, he was engaged. We were just co-workers.
So this is something you were young and you were scared?
Yeah, he doesn't even know about this.
Have you ever told anyone?
No.
Nobody. Well, never told anybody?
No.
Mom, dad,
Nobody.
sister, nobody?
Nobody.
Just kept it inside the whole time?
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask you this, because it's been a long time. After 27 years, how have you never told anyone?
I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed. I blocked it out of my memory. I didn't even know today was the date. I just, wiped it.
In the U.S., during the year 1997, an average of 20 fetal terminations per 1,000 women occurred in the 15 to 44 age group, most of them being younger than 25 years old. And Keri was 25 when she became pregnant with baby Moses, old enough to understand her options. But instead of seeking help or even informing the father, she made a fatal decision. At 25 and already working at a respected real estate firm, Keri wasn't some confused teenager. She was a grown adult, making grown decisions that have consequences. Unfortunately, one of those decisions was murder. And by the time anyone learned the truth, the damage wasn't just done. It had been neatly wrapped and buried for nearly 3 decades. And the detectives are about to confront a stone-cold mother who doesn't flinch and sits proudly narrating the horror without an inch of guilt.
What's it feel like to kill someone?
Terrible. Terrible.
Walk me through your emotions. I always ask everyone that's killed someone, and you're not the first person.
Shame, embarrassment, hatred of myself.
When did that kick in?
Immediately.
After you did it?
Mm-hmm.
So after you pressed on that baby's face, and you recall pushing on his face?
I do now, yes.
And you felt those little
Breaths
hitting your hand, and then you felt him stop. How long after that did you take this baby down to Washington Park?
An hour or two.
An hour or two. And that's a towel, you said?
I believe it was a towel. A blanket, a towel.
And you put...
Was it a towel?
Oh, it's like a pillowcase.
It does kind of look like a pillowcase.
Could be a towel. I don't know. Pillowcase, towel, some sort of cloth object. Did you wrap it in that?
Yes.
But the baby was definitely dead before you set it on fire, right?
Yes. 1,000% it was dead before I left the apartment.
You killed it?
I believe it was dead before I left the apartment. I can't say 100% sure because I didn't, feel a pulse or anything. I didn't.
If you had, let me ask you this, if you had not done what you did, would that baby still be alive today?
Yes.
Anything we didn't ask you? Do you think's important?
No.
If you could say anything to that baby right now, what would it be?
I love you and I'm sorry.
If he asked you, why'd you do this to me?
I was young, stupid, and...
Yes. And it's, if I could show you the panorama one, went all the way around.
Did you ever go back to the park? No, never.
No, I mean, I've gone for like the Tulip Fest or something like that. But
Events, but not.
No.
Did you ever go, when you went for Tulip Fest, did you ever go to this area?
No. I mean, just walking around with friends or whatever, but I just, like I said, I blocked it out.
Her words feel hollow, and the absence of remorse is chilling. The detective tries to bring emotion into the conversation, hoping to break through. But Keri remains cold and detached. And yet, the disturbing story is still not over. What remains is the details of the traumatic delivery.
As you recall, the evening hours, you started feeling cramping, and you believed that was you about to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
You got a pair of scissors. You went into the bathtub where you ran warm water, I would assume?
Yeah.
Where you ran warm water. And then you delivered the baby. You pulled the baby out. You cut the umbilical cord. Cut it with your right hand or your left hand?
I'm right-handed, right hand.
Right-handed, okay. You recall baby moving around. You don't recall if it was crying, but you know it was alive because it was moving. You put the baby down.
Okay.
You cut the umbilical cord. You take care of yourself. And then you placed your hand over the baby's nose and mouth and applied pressure until the baby stopped moving. Did you know you were going to kill it when you were doing that?
Yes. I think yes.
So you knew what you were doing, but you did, correct?
Right. I knew what I was doing. I was young. I was stupid. I didn't,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you intentionally kill this baby. Then, after about an hour, you go to Washington Park and set the baby on fire. And if that baby were alive today, you would say, I love you and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now that I'm older, wiser, have kids, and yeah.
Yeah. You're
young, stupid, and...
Yeah. It's a long time ago, Keri.
A long time ago.
Keri, do you know who the father is?
Where's he live?
I have no idea.
How'd you link up with him?
We were in Roxbury together.
Roxbury?
He's old, much older than I. Well, not much older, but he's older than I am. And
like how much older?
5 years. I think he's married now, and I don't know if he has kids.
And that was a consensual thing you guys had done together? That wasn't.
It was consensual. Yes, he has no idea. He didn't even know I was pregnant.
Okay, but I'm saying you weren't or anything like that.
No.
Every word out of her mouth is disturbing, but ignorance or panic doesn't excuse the murder of a newborn. Sadly, Keri isn't the only mother who's taken such a horrifying step. It's a grim reminder that the very person meant to protect a child can sometimes be the one who destroys them. And Keri? She's about to prove she hasn't grown wiser with time, only older.
You give me your word?
Yes. Swear. Yeah,
I don't care what anyone has done. Like
I'm in a relationship. I'm happy. My kids.
Yeah.
So now, what now?
I mean, we got to figure out what's what now. I mean, I want to honestly just take a second to process everything we just talked about, and I'm sure you do too.
Right. I mean, am I in trouble? Am I going to be arrested?
I mean, I can't definitively say that. I honestly don't know. Like, you know, it's so long ago and there's so many variables. I'm more mainly concerned with, like, I don't care if people get arrested or not, as like just me as a cop. I never care about that. That's why I love investigations, because all I want to do is just figure out what happened.
Right.
Like, if you didn't kill this kid, great. If you did,
yes,
don't do that.
No.
You know.
I
mean, we got to figure it out. Give me a minute to process everything we just said here, because it is a lot. I honestly don't know, Keri. You know, what do you think should happen out of this?
Personally, if it was years ago, I think I should be in trouble. It's 27 years later. I've got my life back in order. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I did it.
Did what?
I killed a child. I killed a baby.
I mean, would you say you murdered it?
I would have to say that's what I did.
Yeah, at what point did you decide that's the burning was what you were going to do?
I started to walk away, and then I was afraid that there might be evidence on the towel. So it wasn't the baby, it was...
You were trying to get rid of the towel.
The towel. Or the whatever, blanket, towel, whatever.
Why not just take the towel?
Stupid, young, not thinking, not...
Because him and I have talked about this a lot. Like, I've really tried to get in your headspace from that time. Because I pride myself on being a pretty decent person.
I just don't think at that point, and I was physically ill too. I kept passing out with the towel. I had wiped the baby off again, and then I think I was afraid my fingerprints or whatever would be on the towel. So I wasn't setting the baby on fire. I was setting the towel on fire.
What a saint she is. She only meant to burn the evidence, not the baby. Keri still seems to believe that somehow makes her look better. It's clear she hasn't changed one bit in 27 years. No remorse, no guilt. Just the same cold, self-serving mindset. In fact, she genuinely thinks that because the crime is decades old, she might catch a break. But she cannot be more wrong.
I mean, it happened. I was stupid. I was dumb. I was young. I'm embarrassed. And honestly, I'm kind of glad it's over because somebody else knows at this point.
You feel relieved?
I do. In a way, yeah.
That had to eat you up.
For years it did.
Yeah.
But then...
Now you've made peace with it?
I did. I think after having my kids and... I don't know. I don't know if I made peace with it. I just...
Learn to cope with it, I should say.
Yes.
Well, that's like any trauma, it doesn't matter if it's...
5 years, 20 years.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's military service, first responder, car crash.
I mean, I've had so much other crap in my life, my house robbed, my divorce, it's just...
Yeah. Someone sees this as this baby set on fire, and they're like, what monster did that? But you lay out your logic of, no, I wasn't trying to hurt the baby, I was trying to destroy physical evidence, right? So honestly, explaining things like that and talking it out, things aren't always what they appear, right? I mean, is it a killing of a human being? Yes. Yeah, it's an intentional killing, but the heinous part of it, you offered an explanation, which, okay, fair enough. So as far as dealing with that and prepping people, if that's something you choose to do, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to live your life.
Right.
You got anything?
Nope. Pretty good. I think we went over everything.
Do you have any questions of me? I've asked you a lot of questions.
I'm worried about my career and everything too,
Yeah. Rightfully so. You don't know. I mean, which is partially why I have to ask you,
But that didn't mean it was over. Keri Mazzuca never went to a full trial. Instead, she chose to take a plea deal. After her eventual arrest in September 2024, she was indicted and scheduled to stand trial for second-degree murder, evidence tampering, and concealment of a human corpse. However, on February 13, 2025, just weeks before the case would proceed to trial in Albany County Court, she pled guilty to first-degree manslaughter and tampering with physical evidence as part of a deal with prosecutors. On April 18, 2025, she was finally sentenced to 25 years in state prison, with an additional 1 year and 4 months to 4 years for tampering.
911, what is your emergency? What is going on? Hello? My mom was a knife. Who has the knife? My sister. Quick! Oh my God! Quick, now!
On November 16, 2012, at approximately 1:15 a.m., 13-year-old Megan Zanella called 911 in a state of shock. She witnessed the horrifying scene of her foster sister, Sabrina Zunick, fatally stabbing her mother, Lisa Nofel. However, the story takes a shocking turn when Sabrina claims to have no memory of her actions.
Recall coming out of the bedroom with a knife in your hand?
No.
Well, you had a knife. You stabbed Lisa.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Sabrina masks her guilt with a facade of innocence, but the detectives are on the brink of unraveling the family's dirtiest secret. As damning evidence surfaces, it leads them to the sinister mastermind behind the crime and reveals a motive more shocking than they could have imagined.
Does he ever tell you, hey, you can't tell anybody about this?
All the time.
What did you say in response to that?
I would never do that. Tell on him.
Lisa put up just a miraculous fight for her life, a literal fight for her life. But there was just no stopping Sabrina. She was determined to kill Lisa, and she did.
Sabrina, rather than fleeing the scene, remained there, having sustained several stab wounds herself during the attack. In a state of shock, she was taken to the hospital for treatment. Just 10 hours after the murder, she was brought into the interrogation room where she claimed to have no recollection of the horrific act she had committed.
What do you recall?
From yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Getting done with my homework? Getting, I don't know, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bed.
And we're at home?
Mm-hmm.
Anything unusual happen?
I don't know. Everything went fine according to what I knew of.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Starting from
when you got home from school yesterday.
Sabrina's attempt to recollect the recent events and claiming of having a normal day leave the detectives rather unimpressed. They were well aware of the narrative she was trying to form. The unoriginal tactic of suspects to feign amnesia after a traumatic event was something the seasoned detectives had experienced countless times. However, it was too early for them to call her out on her facade. So, they resorted to a slower but more effective way to communicate with her in the hopes of a confession.
No.
I got home. I went to do my homework. Then we had hamburger helper. And then I went back to doing my homework. Stayed doing our homework till like 1. I went upstairs. No, it was like 12. Went upstairs. Tried to go to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep, so I went to go get some Advil.
Mm-hmm.
Ibuprofen. Because my head hurts. I have really bad headaches whenever they feel like it. And after that,
Where did you take ibuprofen from?
in they say in Kevin's bathroom. That's
Where?
where it's held. Kevin and Lisa's bedroom. That's where it's held.
Kevin and Lisa's bedroom? Okay. Where is it at? Is it actually in a medicine cabinet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it on the first shelf, the second shelf, the third shelf? You recall?
I believe that there's only 2 shelves.
Okay.
And it's on the bottom.
On the bottom shelf? So you went in their bed. Is their bathroom in their bedroom?
Mm-hmm. It's connected.
Mm-hmm. Was Lisa still awake?
I don't know. I just remember going in there, having the bottle, starting to shake it to get the meds, and then I'm gone from there. Thank you.
Okay. Do you remember what the bottle said?
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen?
White, and there was orange around it.
Okay.
Are you allowed in the bathroom?
Only, to get Advil or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I call it alcohol. It's always
Right.
ibuprofen. Other than that, no. Not unless they're there or, we're told to.
So what did Lisa say to you then, when she saw you in there?
Don't know. I don't know if
You didn't hear us?
No. I don't remember anything at that point on.
What do you remember?
Everything except...
Were you taking any illegal narcotics yesterday?
No. Don't do drugs.
You don't do drugs? When was the last time you did drugs?
3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago? Okay. You have not had any illegal drugs since then?
The detectives questioned Sabrina about possible drug use, both to assess its potential connection to the crime and to determine whether it might influence the reliability of her answers.
Okay. You were at home all night yesterday? Okay. After you ate dinner, did you have this opportunity to say goodbye to Kevin?
I was at the computer desk.
You're at the computer desk?
No. I went to the living room also because I was printing my bracelet. I was in the living room, I was in the kitchen, and I was in the office. That's it. Excuse me. I believe so, yeah, he just said bye, because he always says bye to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we either say bye, Chihuahua, Haley kisses him, well.
Okay. You had an argument or anything with Lisa last night?
No.
No?
Everything was fine.
Everything's fine? Okay. Have you had these type of issues in the past where you just don't remember things?
I'm not positive. I know I was in my other group homes. When I was in a fight with other people, I blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember it.
Have you ever been checked?
What do you mean, the
Like
psychiatrist?
medically? Yeah.
Yeah, I go to a psychiatrist.
Okay. And you take,
Vyvanse 1 once a day.
Okay. And what are those meds for?
Yeah, Vyvanse is for ADHD. And
Okay.
Oxygen is for mood stabilizer / anxiety.
So it kind of stabilizes your moods? Okay.
In a later interview, Sabrina disclosed that she had been diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 4 and also struggled with oppositional defiant disorder, or ODD, anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. While these conditions can contribute to memory issues, they do not sufficiently explain Sabrina's claim of having no recollection of the events from the previous night. In fact, these were merely her claims, and there was a possibility of Sabrina trying to have a defense plea of insanity.
What do you think happened to your hands?
I don't know. I was saying that I'm being charged with homicide.
Well, we're investigating that. Do you remember blood being all over you?
No, but I can see it all over my legs.
There's blood all over your face or blood all over your body. That's why you're not in your clothes. Do you remember your clothes?
I remember.
It becomes clear that Sabrina is faking memory loss, as she recalls details about everyone else but claims to draw a blank regarding her actions. A more sinister motive might be at play, and she could try to appear insane to evade the consequences of her actions. When criminals try to fake insanity, memory loss is often used as a tactic to dodge specific details. But what shocked the detectives was the motive behind the murder and the revelation of the mastermind who had planted the idea of insanity in Sabrina's mind.
What happened to your hands? I mean, did you see when they were at the hospital what your hands looked like?
No.
You didn't see it? So you don't know what's wrong with your hands?
They obviously been cut because they told me that.
They were cut? It's cut pretty bad?
5 stitches.
How many?
5.
5 in your, what, right hand?
2 in one and 3 in the other. I don't know which one is for.
Okay. Did you see the stitches? Did you see what they did? No. You have no idea how that could have happened?
No.
Nothing?
Lisa's death was violent, but she managed to inflict defensive wounds on Sabrina in the process. In pursuit of a breakthrough, the detectives inquire about Sabrina's foster father, Kevin Nofel. What they uncover goes beyond their expectations, exposing the family's darkest secret.
How do you get along with Kevin?
Kevin and me are cool. I mean, he's more the one that helps me out. Because this has Megan to deal with. Megan has mental instabilities herself.
Okay.
And so we made agreements a long time ago that if I need anything, that I could go to Kevin. And if it was major that she needed to be involved in, then he would ask, but not to be concerned about small things. Because it's already stressing her out because of her job, and Haley and Megan.
Initially, Sabrina and Lisa shared a close bond, but that changed when Sabrina began to feel that Lisa favored her daughters over her. This belief is thought to have been instilled by Kevin, with whom Sabrina grew closer as her relationship with Lisa deteriorated.
How about with Lisa? How are you dealing with her?
Me and Lisa have never been the best. I mean, I've never tried to hurt her, never had any thoughts of hurting her. Yeah, it's been emotional and mental abuse from her to me. She put her hands on me, not fighting, but restraining me so I wouldn't give an iPod to her. And I don't know. I don't know. She never seemed to like me, and she's been wanting me out of the house.
By addressing the obvious issue directly, the detectives hope it would help jog her memory and get her into revealing more details.
What's your thoughts on how Lisa is not alive now?
What?
What is your thoughts on that she is not alive? Maybe you didn't understand. That's what we're talking to you about.
So you think Lisa?
This is that.
You should have told me I did it.
Yes.
But most of that blood was probably hers.
That's why we need you to concentrate and think about what happened.
Sabrina pretends to be unaware of Lisa's death, but the detectives remain unmoved. Lisa endured the onslaught, suffering 178 stab wounds. Her injuries ranged from numerous defensive wounds on her hands and arms to devastating wounds where the knife was twisted with such force that it severed an artery and even cut through bone. The sheer viciousness of the attack also resulted in the blade itself getting bent. How could Sabrina possibly expect Lisa to survive such an attack?
There were nearly 180 different types of stab wounds, defensive wounds. I mean, wounds that were called complex because they're, the knife was jabbed in there and twisted.
There's always two sides to every story, and we want to know what you had to say about it. And we know you were there. There were officers that got to the house after they were called. So we just need you to focus on what happened. You were doing homework, and you got yourself to the bedroom to get the medicine. What you need to do now is bring it all together and think real hard about maybe what happened next. And then that'll explain how you got some wounds to your hands. Okay?
What's gonna happen to Haley, Megan, and Kevin? What's gonna happen to Haley, Megan, and Kevin?
Haley, Megan, and Kevin are all safe. They're at home right now. Haley's with Judy, alright? And Megan's with their dad. And Kevin's with Judy also. Anything coming back?
No.
Recall coming out of the bedroom with a knife in your hand?
No.
Well, you had a knife. And you stabbed Lisa.
I did.
Yes, you did. And Megan called the police.
That can't be true.
Bree, it is. I'm sorry.
Through her diminished emotional responses and disorganized thoughts, Sabrina is attempting to frame the events of November 16th as a psychotic episode. However, the detectives see through this futile act and keep the focus on her.
I've never been a murderer.
We need to know, that's why we're asking you to think about it. We need to know how to help you, okay? And we don't know that until we know, we need to get some facts and find out what's going on. And that'll give us the best course on how to proceed from here and help you, help the family, and go on from there.
What do you want me to eat?
We don't want you to say anything except the truth, and we just want you to think about it, because something happened by the time you were getting your meds in the bathroom there for your headache, and then one of our police officers arriving. So something happened in between that time, and we're just trying to get to the truth of that and find out what happened.
I don't know. This is really dead.
Yes, it's dead. Sorry.
I don't believe this.
That's why we're here, trying to put it all together.
Can I just...
Yeah, I'll get you something else.
Trying to figure out what happened. Okay? We know that you and Lisa had a struggle with a knife. Lisa was stabbed multiple times.
Please.
Oh, here. Yeah.
Although Sabrina has agreed to answer questions, there's a high likelihood that the detectives will struggle to extract any valuable information from her.
Nobody else is hurt.
Nobody else was hurt. Thank goodness.
Has there been maybe an argument between you and Lisa? Maybe it had something to do with your iPad or anything like that?
That was a long time ago.
A long time ago?
And yeah, the cops were called on.
Okay. Did you get your iPad back?
An iPod, yeah.
Or iPod, whatever it is. You got it back? Where should it be at the house?
My book bag.
In your book bag? Okay.
Right pocket. Mesh pocket.
Okay.
Right side.
You have a Facebook account?
Yes.
You do? Were you on Facebook last night?
Yes.
Talk to anybody?
Yes, but not much.
Not much? Were you instant messaging anybody?
Yes.
Who?
This kid named Bobby.
What's Bobby's last name?
I don't know.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
How do you know him?
Skating.
From skating?
United States.
You go to school with him?
No.
No? How old is he?
15 or 16.
Okay, so a little younger than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm usually just helping him. He has mental instability.
Okay. Have you ever thought about homicidal or suicide thoughts?
No. I mean, a long time ago. I've been stable for so long. I've never had any doubts like that.
The detective shifts focus again, inquiring about the iPad and her friend, topics that Sabrina seems to recall without trouble, as opposed to her apparent lapse in memory regarding the crime itself.
Where do you think you got the knife from?
I don't know. You might got the knife.
Yeah. And you had a knife.
I don't believe it.
It's true.
You remember?
When we came to the house, you had the knife in your hand.
Are you sure it wasn't self-defense?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We had 2 police officers there that saw you with the knife and ordered you to drop it.
Did I?
Well, yes.
Why do you say that so iffy?
You did.
Well,
I said it like that because if they hadn't, you could have been hurt.
You threw the knife down and they made you get on the floor and put handcuffs on you. Do you recall that part of it there?
The little bit that I recall is being on the floor drooling, and then that's it.
You remember Megan coming in?
No.
No?
Remember Haley coming in?
Megan and Nealy were both there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Look, you're saying everything. So, what you're saying is true. You're telling me Nealy and Megan saw me, or her mother?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Nobody needs to see that.
No.
You're right.
Right.
I mean, it's just between you and Lisa. Nobody else should have seen that.
No. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ow! No.
What's wrong with your shoulder, hon?
I think they gave me a tetanus shot.
Oh.
Sabrina draws attention to the pain in her arm, likely as a way to gain sympathy or deflect further questioning. However, it's nothing more than a tactic to stall.
Nothing's coming to...
No.
Remember Megan or Haley saying anything to you?
Remember Megan trying to pull you off? Her mom telling you to stop?
So they were in there and trying to pull me off of her?
Brilliant, it is true. You're right and wrong and truth and a lie. Do you remember any of these things?
Nothing except for what I told you.
Okay. That's what happened.
Is everything gonna be okay?
Just
not with me.
No, it's not going to be okay for a lot of people. I know some things for sure. I know Megan was yelling at you to stop. Do you recall any of that?
No.
I'm going to tell you how I know this because she called 911 and I could hear both of you in the background.
Oh. Why can't I remember this?
I don't know. That's why we're talking to you. I don't know. Nothing. You remember it would trigger anything like this? You ever had a situation like this ever?
No. I've never. No.
You ever sleptwalk before?
Yeah. With my grandma a long time ago.
Yeah. What happened then?
I was in her bed and I guess I just tried to walk out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Just come back and it laid me down.
I mean, this is what happened, but you honestly do not remember?
You know where the knives are in your house?
Yes, but that's only because I either use them to cook or I put away the dishwasher.
Recall going to the kitchen last night and grabbing a knife?
No.
Sabrina insists on her memory loss, but she can likely sense the skepticism in the detective's voices. Her story carries little to no credibility without any prior history of such incidents.
I wasn't in the kitchen last night.
I don't know which knife it was. Do you remember which one it was? Or no?
Lay that long?
I used that.
Do you know that knife?
What it looks like. It's actually length.
Black handle? Probably 9 to 12 inches. Very sharp.
Does it have ridged edges or is it straight sharp?
I believe. Don't recall, to be honest with you.
You ever punched any holes in your wall? Well, you ever slammed your door open where the door handle?
Those were both there from Megan. Before I got there.
Okay.
She has huge major issues with ink.
Okay.
She's blown up on me multiple times and hit me, and then claims that I tried to stab her with a butter knife. And you can ask Laura, which is Lisa's sister, and Kevin. We were all there when they went to training. She made a big deal out of nothing. Because she got mad about Laura not wanting her waffles, and I was buttering mine. She goes to hit me on my arm, and I go to restrain her hands because she wasn't going to hit me more. I had a butter knife in my hand, didn't have time to put it down, but it was spaced towards the floor. She's trying to struggle to get her hands away from mine, and by the time I have it, the knife is in between our two hands. And they claimed that I tried to kill her. She's also claimed that Kevin tried to kill her.
Without additional documentation, it's hard to determine if this event truly occurred. Sabrina is either fabricating or exaggerating the story to discredit the claims of her foster sister.
Honestly, she has some huge mental instabilities. Because none of us ever has tried to hurt her or anybody else.
Why do you suppose your clothes were dripping with blood?
Right on. What is that noise?
They're releasing the door, and it makes a loud click noise.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
Well, how do you suppose your clothes were blood-soaked, dripping?
You told me I killed her.
You don't remember anything?
With that, the detectives no longer gain new information and wrap up their interrogation with Sabrina. While she doesn't deny killing Lisa, she claims to have no memory of the act. However, the detectives have gathered more than enough evidence to charge her with first-degree aggravated murder.
This is 8 years after the initial incident, and I believe I have a different perspective now. I'm not a monster. I'm an individual who made a mistake that affected a lot of lives. We're the picture-perfect family on the outside, but on the inside, it was completely different. I was in a very delicate state. I was in love with this man, what I thought was love. I was convinced that I was going to lose everything that I've ever dreamed of if this didn't happen.
Jessica's hoping I didn't, and Fabian was gonna hurt.
I did not kill that little girl.
I just want to know what you did.
I did not dismember it.
Did he penetrate Victoria with his...
Yes.
Would we find your DNA on Victoria?
No. Hell no. No, man. That's crazy, man.
This is 31-year-old Fabian Gonzalez, the boyfriend of Michelle Martens, whose interrogation was previously covered and shook everyone who watched the horrors of that case. While Michelle's statements were disturbing, Fabian's interrogation takes this case to an even darker place.
At some point between that time when she was moved to the bathroom and when the officers arrived, Victoria was dismembered and cut up into pieces, and you were there.
Along with his cousin Jessica Kelly, he played a key role in the brutal murder of 10-year-old Victoria Martens on her birthday. A crime so horrific, it still haunts the community of Albuquerque, New Mexico to this day. In the early hours of August 24th, 2016, a frantic 911 call from a neighbor led police to an apartment building on Irving Boulevard, but nothing could have prepared them for the horrors they were about to uncover. Inside the home, where Michelle Martens lived with her 2 children, Victoria and Matthew, alongside her boyfriend Fabian Gonzalez, officers made a horrifying discovery. What they found was a scene straight out of a nightmare. The dismembered remains of a little girl lay scattered, a crime so gruesome it would soon make national headlines. As investigators placed together the twisted truth, 3 names emerged at the center of it all: Michelle Martens, Fabian Gonzalez, and Jessica Kelly. While Michelle and Fabian were being interrogated separately at the same time, one question loomed over everything. Why? Why would a man who was a father himself inflict such an unthinkable pain on a child he should have protected? His attitude, excuses, and sheer lack of remorse will leave everyone outraged and disgusted.
So, like, is there a way, like, we and Michelle could kind of talk to you at the same time, like, in the room, so we can set up?
No, like I said, there's some detectives talking to her, so in order to make sure we get everybody's story right.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because us together could explain why you didn't hear it and how she woke us up.
So let me explain this. If you guys are both telling the truth, then the stories will be exactly the same and you have nothing to worry about. Okay, Fabian, based on some information we've got from other detectives who are still out there, from your old lady, we have some other things that have kind of come up that aren't making sense. Those we want to talk to you about, okay? Mm-hmm. Are you doing okay, bro? Did you get some water? Was that what did you eat, dude? Was it
the food bar or whatever?
It's kind of gross, huh?
Yeah.
I had one taste like cardboard.
Yeah.
I like them.
It was pretty gross.
They're not that good. I really don't like them. I just hate it because I've been hungry, man.
Okay, so
I haven't eaten for like 10 hours, so.
Hey, I think
I'm not even really hungry. I just had my stomach just
unsettled.
This doesn't feel. It just feels like it's a nightmare. It just doesn't feel real, guys. This really doesn't.
Yeah.
Fabian claims he hasn't eaten in 10 hours, describing it as a nightmare, yet his self-pity starts here, while the true nightmare was Victoria's.
But we're trying to figure out exactly what happened because, like we said before, I think Victoria deserves that.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, anybody deserves that, but especially a little girl, you know?
To me, this is... I would have never thought ever in my whole life would I be in something like this, ever.
So Fabian, just off the top, we're going to ask you this. We obviously have Victoria's body, okay?
Okay, can I ask you this real quick? Where did you find it?
Okay, so we can get into that. We have Victoria's body. Now, we're going to do a bunch of tests and stuff. We'll collect a bunch of evidence from her body, okay? Mm-hmm. We can tell what kind of things were used to injure her, how she died, if something happened to her, what injuries she sustained before she died.
Maybe if they suffocated, if she suffocated or something, that's why we didn't hear, maybe. That's probably the only real thing I can think of right now, because I would have heard it and I would have got up and did the same thing I done for Michelle when she tried to do that to her. You know what I mean?
And so we'll be able to tell that. Did Victoria suffocate?
I don't know. Okay? I do not know if she suffocated. I don't know. All I know is what you guys just told me now, that her leg broke, whatever, got cut off or whatever.
So let me get back to what I was talking about.
Okay. I should have been able to hear it, but I didn't hear it. I'm telling you, I'm back to that.
So let me get back to what I'm talking about, and it'll clarify some stuff, okay? We'll be able to tell if there's injuries on her body, if they were sustained before she died. We'll be able to tell how she died, and then what injuries she sustained after she died, okay? So that'll help us out. We will also be able to tell who's touched her.
Yeah, I want you guys to very much. Very much.
Who she touched.
Yep.
We can see if she scratched somebody, if she grabbed somebody's hair, if there's hair or clothes on her. There's all kinds of stuff, right? You've seen TV. There's all kinds of.
Yes, so I want this to all.
Okay, so here's the question I have to ask you because of that. Because we're gonna get those tests back.
Okay, that's fine.
We are. Mm-hmm. My question just flat out. If for what reason would we find your DNA on Victoria, on her body, on her clothes, or even inside of her body? And I know that sounds horrible, but I have to ask the question.
No. Hell no. No, man. That's crazy, man. And I know you have to ask that question.
Yeah, we just have to ask.
Yeah, no damn way.
Any reason I'm going to find any of your DNA in her fingernails from her fighting with you or scratching you?
Nope. Jessica. That's right now. Telling you right now, that's the only one I can think of right now because she's the one that wouldn't try to do that to us. She tried killing us for Christ's sakes. I wouldn't do something like that to nobody, no matter what situation or what. I just never even thought like that. I don't have it in me. Okay, I would never do something like that. I just don't got it in me. I'm not built like that. I never have been.
Okay. I feel you on that. Absolutely.
For me to have to go through this as a person, as an individual, not knowing that this was going to happen at all whatsoever, or not being able to notice, you don't know how I feel.
How do you feel? Tell me.
I want to be, I just feel like it's real.
His voice noticeably changes when Corey asks about Victoria, but what he doesn't realize is that the detectives are already one step ahead. While Fabian fakes emotion, Michelle exposes the truth in the other room. As she shares key details, the detective ensures her words are passed along through text messages to the other detective. Thus, these two female detectives were seen texting each other to stay updated on the claims both Fabian and Michelle were making. With each message exchanged, they tighten the noose, turning Fabian's own lies against him before he even realizes it.
Just why I didn't hear, why, how I didn't know. That's what I'm mad about. That's what I'm really mad about. How the hell did I not know or hear? I've never been in something like that.
I believe you. I think if you could have stopped whoever it was that killed Victoria, if you could have stopped him, I believe you would have.
I would have.
Okay.
I would have tried my best. I'm not saying that I would have, but I would have tried my best.
So when I asked you about taking a shower, I don't know why you don't want to answer that for me, and you're telling me about the sprinklers, but let me just explain something.
I told you that morning when I got ready.
Yeah.
But I was in my pajamas when I woke up, and she woke us up and did all that, okay?
You
I don't think it was my
should have, if you didn't shower, a lot of blood on your smears, and your nails are very clean.
I was
hands
cleaning
look
them in
clean.
there, just trying to get them out. But what I'm saying is I ran through the sprinklers and I was soaking wet when I knocked on that door.
Well, isn't the apartment that you went to, it's right next to yours. It's in that court. So the
Yes, but when I
sprinklers
jumped
don't...
off, I ran in the back of the room because I was scared. I didn't know that she had people, like, she threatened me, saying that they're coming for me, they should be there for me any minute. She told me that's scary. That scared me too, okay? Along with everything else. So I ran in the back and sprinklers were all on and I was just running through the whole sprinklers all the way around just to see if she had someone waiting for me.
Fabian was indeed scared of getting caught. Before fleeing the apartment, he made sure to erase any traces of the crime he'd inflicted on Victoria. And it doesn't take a detective to see that there were no sprinklers, just a man desperately trying to cover his tracks. But when he tries to divert attention with a wild story about Jessica going bonkers and hitting Michelle with an iron, Fabian makes a critical slip.
Like, to tell you the truth, when she woke us up and told us that weird thing, and then started attacking Michelle, when Michelle said that, I'm going to tell you, be honest right now, I don't know if there was blood in there, but I know when I went to bed, the kitchen was clean. Okay? That's what I know. Okay? Okay? But, because I was everywhere, I was trying to, like, you know what I mean? And I wasn't paying attention, you know what I mean? But I know when she was hitting Michelle, blood, right there, there was blood coming from Michelle. There had to have been there, I've seen it, you know what I mean? Coming when she was hitting her, it was all over Michelle.
So let's focus on that for a minute, because it was something.
So then maybe I was like, then that's when Jessica was like, wow, we cleaned this blood up. We're like, wow, okay, we were scared. We were scared for our lives.
So let's talk about that for a second, because that's something that I'm very confused about.
Okay. Me too.
Is you guys are fighting in the kitchen. Michelle's bleeding on the kitchen floor.
As we're fighting,
hang on. Just let me explain to you how I understand what you've told it to me, and then you can clarify for me.
Okay.
And maybe we can go back and forth, because what you've told me so far doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. In the midst of all this craziness and irons and fist punches and scratches and threats, and you guys are scared for your life, and this chick's acting a fool. All of a sudden she stops and says, let's clean up some blood.
No,
hang on. So let me just, that's how it's playing in my mind based on what you've told me. And so that doesn't make any sense to me. Like why would homegirl be tripping as hard as she is, and then all of a sudden say, well, help me clean up blood?
No, she's always like, clean up this blood. And then we're like, okay, we'll just leave us alone, don't stop. Because in my mind, I'm like, you're already, I'm calling the cops, you're going down, this is crazy, you're trying to kill us. You know what I mean? So I went to the door, ran to the door to try to open it, get it open, and yeah, at least just have it open or something, you know, so someone could like at least see something, you know, that this is going on, and I'm trying to stop it. And that Jessica has so much strength. I'm telling you, usually I couldn't. It was hard to try to, you know what I mean?
So you said earlier that either, and I could be getting this wrong, but one of you, either you or Michelle, did start to clean up blood.
Michelle was trying to help her. And then
let's go back to when she says, let's clean up the blood. At the moment that she said that, did she point to a specific spot of blood?
No, it's just
indicate anything specific.
She was all, look, I remember, baby, and I was like, no, I'm getting out of here. And then she grabbed me in the car and tried to grab me and hit me on my leg. And I was like, no, I was like, ouch. And then Michelle was just sitting there, so bleeding everywhere. Like, okay, Jessica, get help, help. And I was saying it too, help, get Jessica, get, you're crazy. And then after she thought, God told me to, and like just saying weird stuff. And I was like, what the hell?
So then who wiped up the blood and where did they wipe it?
I just seen Jessica wiping it on the floor like that.
When was that?
That was when, after she started hitting her in the cat with the thing, and I tried to escape. And then after that, went to the front door, she kind of got me and was trying to do it that like that and that at the same time, you know? And Michelle was sitting there in shock.
Hang on, time out.
Standing there in shock, trying to help, you know what I mean?
Hang on, time out. You want me to believe, just so I'm clear, that Jessica is bending down, wiping blood on the floor, and at the same time is strong enough to keep you from opening the front door?
Well, what happened when she was doing that? Yeah, I was scared. I didn't know if she had to, because she kept telling me that they're coming for me too. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I was scared. I shouldn't have been scared or something, but I was scared.
I'm not saying it's bad to be scared, bro.
I was hella scared, man.
I get it.
So I didn't know whether, so I was like acting like I wasn't gonna go for the door, but I was. But then she was like, no, stop, I'm trying to grab me and this and that. And like, that's when Michelle was just standing there like, oh my God, I can't believe savage, you know. I know, it was crazy.
What was Michelle so scared?
And then that's when she got up again. Jessica said, she stopped like trying to do that, you know, whatever. Because I started to go up to the patio because she wasn't letting me out right to the front door, you know. So that's when she followed me, and that's when I finally she started hitting Michelle again, and that's when I said, no, stop, quit, please, somebody help. We kept yelling, me and Michelle, we kept yelling. Jessica wasn't yelling for some reason. It was me and Michelle just yelling for help, you know. And so that's when I ended up just grabbing the iron from her, and I ran back to the patio, and then she like rushed me, and she's like, you better get me, I'm gonna hit you, and all that, and tried to hit me and fight me for it. And I just threw it. I said, no, and I threw it, and she goes, why did you do that? I was like, what? And then she like just lost it and ran back that way, like I guess to go chase Michelle again. And that's when I said, I'm jumping out of the balcony, I'm getting help no matter what, even if I break my whatever, I'm jumping off this, I'm going to go get help.
Filling in unnecessary details that no one asked for is the #1 red flag. Even with his frantic gestures, he can't manipulate the detectives, making them think that his story is worth buying. Rather, in this attempt, he is only making things worse for himself.
So I got a question for you. At about 3 or 4 in the morning, roughly, and maybe the time's off a little bit,
okay,
you and Michelle go out the front door to the apartment, and you're talking.
Go out to the front door of the apartment, we're talking, no way.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Oh, no, that Michelle ran out. That was the time, that was like around the time that I think I got finally help, and I tried to ask that lady, and then I went to the other place.
Where were you when Michelle said, I think she killed my daughter?
I was, we were over there at the 407 already waiting for the cops.
There is a neighbor who says that you and Michelle, they saw you walking out of the apartment. It was about 3 or 4 in the morning. That you didn't even jump off the balcony, or maybe you did and went back up there.
No.
And they see you coming out of the apartment.
Never went back up there. I was scared for my life. That's how I got. I ran through the sprinklers. It was, you didn't check the sprinkler time. I ran through the sprinklers.
So neighbor sees you coming out of the apartment together with Michelle at the same time. When was that?
Me and Michelle? What did they say we did? I don't.
Well,
maybe when we
neighbor
left that day to my brothers.
No. Like this morning.
Oh, that's when she ran to me and she was all big. That's when she was all bloody and just she finally got away from Jessica.
Fabian, I don't want to hurt your feelings, Okay? I'm going to try not to hurt your feelings.
It's fine.
But I'm going to lay it out for you. I'm going to be perfectly blunt. I'm not going to beat around the bush.
The thing is, how could a neighbor say we got for 3 or 4 that me and Michelle, we went out of the apartment? I don't understand.
I'm just telling you what people said, but let me tell you.
It's weird.
Like I said, let me just explain something to you.
Because we got woke up, that fight happened, and I remember, like I told you exactly the stories, and I told you exactly what happened. I tried to get away. I couldn't get away.
Are you a strong guy? You a tough guy? Kind of? Do you think of yourself as a manly, tough guy?
Shut up. I mean, yeah, but that's like with a guy, or if I'm getting jumped or something like that, you know what I mean? But like with that, I don't
mean physically. I mean, do you feel that you're the type of man that likes to protect his girlfriend or protect the children? You're the man of the house.
Well, yeah, of course.
You got some cojones.
That's why I got up right away and tried to grab you. Let's go. But
okay.
I thought.
So let me tell you what I am seeing, looking in. Okay? Nothing personal.
And I got scared, yeah.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but listen to me. Okay? Right now, looking in, I don't see that. Okay?
That's fine.
I see a guy who, and you've only really known each other for 3 weeks. Really? Yeah, it was a good 3 weeks. But like, do you really love her in 3 weeks? And she's already letting you.
I wasn't in them there, but
listen, Michelle's already letting you sleep in her bed, and she has kids. I mean, how many other guys does she have that are romping in the sack in her apartment? I mean, I think just let me talk. Now it's my turn to talk. Okay, I'm just saying, Michelle should set a good example for her kids. And so if she lets you sleep over there, how many other guys does she let sleep over there?
I mean, I thought that in my head too.
You what?
I thought that in my head too, but I didn't make it a big problem because I thought.
So do you really have a lot of respect for her? Because if she's sleeping with you that quick, how much is she, banging other guys?
That didn't matter to me, and I trusted her word. But of course, we're men were always going to think that because how would you just how?
So now there's kids, right? There's kids in the apartment. Not setting a good example. There's a guy sleeping in her bed. New guy. Now, Victoria
and Matthew never told me that there was been other guys. I've never heard that from them.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, this is what kids are going to see growing up. So then...
She told me that, she hasn't been with a guy for almost a year or whatever for a long time.
I'm just saying that's just, So...
I believe it. I mean, I still do.
But you're describing to me that you guys have had, a great relationship. Yeah. Well, it's a 3-week relationship. Okay? So... Given that, and given that you've only known Victoria for 3 weeks, and you say she loves you, does she really love you? Because she doesn't really know you.
What her mom would say, my kids are really cool with you.
She probably thinks you're great.
Yeah.
But does she love you?
But I'm not expecting real love. I mean, I love me as a person, okay? And then slowly, we stay together long enough, get to love me like that. That's what I mean.
What the female detective did here is a commonly used interrogation technique known as ego downplaying. By suggesting that Fabian might have wanted to protect Victoria, she fed into his male ego. However, she quickly shattered it by revealing that he was no more special than anyone else, pointing out how his girlfriend, Michelle, had already slept with many men and brought them home. But the interesting part is yet to come, and Fabian is in for a surprise.
The fact that you're getting your beat by some chick in the apartment, and you run off and leave a little girl and your girlfriend in the apartment with a crazy chick with a freaking iron.
See, I didn't know if there was any more people there. That's why I just wanted to hurry up.
So you were looking after your own. So what I'm saying now is freaking be a man and tell, because this is what I'm going to say. Like I said, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I want you to be a strong enough man to say, I'm not going to let her hurt my feelings. I'm going to tell her what really happened. Because you're full of okay? No offense. The story that you're giving isn't matching up to our scene. If we can explain it, it makes sense. It doesn't mean you're in trouble or did anything wrong. I'm not personally judging you. I could give two okay?
I understand.
But I'm telling you what it looks like and what it's going to look like to anybody else. So we need to just explain everything.
I understand that.
And what you're telling us, it's not matching up.
So what's not matching up now?
Well, let's start with this, Fabian. We're talking to your girl right now.
Okay.
And you said at any point tonight, did you go into Victoria's room? Did you look in there, open the door? Did you ever go into Victoria's room?
No.
Okay.
No.
So right off the bat, either you or Michelle is full of because according to Michelle, the fight that you're describing with you, Jess, and Michelle did take place in the kitchen.
Remember, I told you after the kitchen. That's when she that's when she was trying to yell for Victoria to try to check on her too. It's recorded. I said that.
No, you said that you guys were yelling for Victoria and that you never could go over there because Jess was in the room. According to Michelle, you three were fighting physically in Victoria's bedroom. All three of you, all inside the bedroom. In the bedroom.
By the door?
No, in the bedroom. So that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, well.
So listen to me. I'm not asking. Listen to me. I'm not asking you to talk. I'm letting you know. You asked me what are the differences. So I'm telling you. So every time you interrupt me, I can't tell you what the difference is, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying. Listen to me. Stop. Do you want to know when you interrupt me every 2 seconds? You want to know what that looks to me like?
Yeah.
You're being deceptive. You're lying because you can't wait to explain every little bit to me because you're scared of the truth and you know the truth. Because everything that I'm saying that conflicts in your brain with what really with what really happened, you have to explain away right away. You have to let me know right away what's happening. So every time you interrupt me, I think you're lying to me. So let's just be quiet for a second and I can explain some stuff to you. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. So either you or Michelle is lying to us. Because according to Michelle, the fight that you're describing happened in Victoria's room at some point during the fight, and you were there. You were in the bedroom.
Yes, I was trying to pull Jessica off.
So you were
she was yelling.
Hang on. So answer me this, yes or no. You were in Victoria's bedroom tonight.
I wasn't.
Yes or no, you were in
pulling Jessica off and trying to break up the fight.
I don't want an explanation.
Yes.
You were in Victoria's room.
Trying to break up the fight.
So then answer me. Okay. So why? Let's go back for the last 2.5 hours we've been together.
Okay.
Why have you lied to us this whole time and insisted that at no point did you ever open the door to Victoria's room or go in Victoria's room, and now you're saying you were in the room? Explain that to me.
I misunderstood, okay? But I remember telling you that a while back, that the fight did get to Victoria's room and she was screaming for Victoria.
No.
Well,
You've said that you were yelling verbally for Victoria, but you guys could never get near her room because Jess would never let you get near the room.
Well, she was chasing me, and that's when I kind of it all happened real fast, and that's when Michelle tried to hurry up and go over there and check on her. Jessica rushed her again, and kind of threw her there, and she was yelling for Victoria.
Was Victoria in the bedroom?
I thought she was.
Was Victoria in the bedroom? Was Victoria in the bedroom?
I didn't see. I wasn't paying. I was trying to grab Jessica.
So did you see Victoria in the bedroom?
No.
What did you see in the bedroom?
I seen the light off and the TV on. And she yelling and me and her yelling saying, please, and Jessica went, she's still hitting her with that thing, and then after that is when I just finally got the iron for Jessica on the patio and threw it.
Okay, let's stay where we're at. Did you guys clean up blood in Victoria's room?
No.
Who cleaned up the blood in Victoria's room?
Jessica, probably.
31-year-old Jessica Kelly becomes the common scapegoat for both Fabian and Michelle. After serving time for manslaughter, she moves in with them. But despite being one of the main perpetrators alongside Fabian, both Fabian and Michelle act as if they have no part in Victoria's death, shifting all the blame onto her. Yet someone sharp enough will soon see through it.
There's no way me and her did that because we were trying to hurry up and get help, emergency help. I'm lucky I even got away.
So let's slow down for a second. Do you understand now that even the smallest little detail that...
Yes.
You need to slow down. Listen, you need to slow down because the smallest little details that you're telling me is the difference straight up between me thinking you had something to do with the death of this little girl and me thinking that you're telling the truth. Straight up on a radar of 1 to 10, if I think you're full of shit, I think you're about a 9 full of shit. Honest. I'm just being honest with you.
Thanks.
So, hey, listen, like I said, we have a bunch of evidence. We do. We've got a bunch of evidence, and so like I told you, I'm putting this puzzle together, and the only person whose pieces don't seem to be matching right now are you and Michelle's. Everybody that we've talked to at the apartments, their pieces all match. They match the physical evidence that we have. They match the witness evidence that we have. What I want to know is what you and Michelle's involvement was, whether, no matter how hard, listen to me, stop. That's, again, When you start to jump in on me like that,
I won't say nothing else while letting you finish.
Okay. It makes me think that you're being deceptive with me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. That's why I let you finish.
When you've already said and you've agreed with us, there's no way that the things that happened to Victoria could have happened to her without somebody hearing. Now, whether she was screaming or not, she didn't have to be screaming. She didn't have to be screaming. Just the noise alone of what was done to her body would have woken anybody up. And it woke up every apartment in your building, except for the only people that are supposedly not awake are you and Michelle, okay? According to you. And I'm just telling you what I'm being told. So do you see when I have people in apartments telling me that they wake up and they hear banging and something being drugged in an apartment, they hear screaming from a little girl, mind you, and they hear adults arguing. So I believe that you guys are arguing. I believe that there's a fight. Now, I also think that some of the filler in there that you've told me is bull. Just straight up. And I understand you're scared, okay? There's a little girl that's dead in an apartment, and I don't blame you for being scared. To be honest, on a lot of levels, I don't blame you for lying about stuff if you're lying. And here's why. It's a natural human reaction in the situation that you're in to protect yourself. Because then somebody started cutting up the body of a little girl in that room and packing her up in plastic bags. And so for you to say that you at no point heard, saw, smelled, nothing, I cannot believe that. Because this is like 600 square feet. There's not a backyard, there's not a shed. Fabian, I know that I'm asking you to tell me the truth and this is the hardest thing you've ever done.
Okay.
So I know it's the hardest thing you've ever done.
It's something I didn't do though. I did not kill that little girl.
I just want to know what you did.
I did not dismember it.
Even now, he refuses to say her name, reducing Victoria to just it. But no amount of distancing can erase the horror of what he had done to her.
The thing was, I did not see nothing or pay attention to anything. I was just in there all drunk, okay? In the room, laying down. I would have never thought that or known that.
Do you see how different our story is now, though?
Yes.
Okay. So now what are you not telling me, Fabian? It's okay, dude. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to lose my mind with you.
When she told me that, I think you could, and then I said, yeah, right. So then I kind of thought about
What time was it that she told you that Victoria was dead?
When she told me when we went to the Indian his house, and I was like, oh, what do you mean? Why do you even say that? I said, she's okay. There's no way. I told her, you're tripping, and she's okay. You know what I mean? They'll get her up. She's going to be okay. That's when she said that.
But Fabian.
And then she said, before that, we went to bed, we ate something. She thought, go get a cigarette. So she got a cigarette, she smoked, and she went to the balcony with Jessica.
Fabian.
That's the only funny thing I can tell you.
Listen. We know that Michelle specifically asked Jessica what happened and what she did to Victoria. Mm-hmm. We know that you were in the apartment.
Yeah, but I wasn't right there when they asked it. When I wasn't there, like this close. I was in the
room. Listen, you need to understand. This is not a trap.
I know.
I know you don't. It's not a trap. It's not a trap. I'm not trying to get you to admit to anything that you didn't do. Okay? That's not what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm just trying. I need to know exactly what you saw or heard. Listen, if you had nothing to do with it, that's fine. If you had something to do with it, whether it was a small part or a big part, we need to know. And listen. This isn't about getting Michelle in trouble. You don't need to worry about that. Or Jessica, no, she's your family. This is bigger than this, right?
Yes, I don't care. She can run hell for that. Man, that's crazier than hell.
Okay. But I cannot, there's no way that I can leave this room believing that there's a 10-year-old dead girl in that room. Let's even say from the time of 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. and that during that time her limbs were being chopped off in that very apartment and she was being bagged in different bags. Listen, and then at no time, I refuse to believe that at no time did you have any knowledge that something was going on. You had to have known something.
Okay, I didn't, but what I'm saying is me and Michelle were over there with the neighbors inside for a good 15 minutes waiting for the cops. 15-20 minutes waiting for the cops, okay? I know that for a fact. Jessica was in there by herself. She locked herself in because I know that because the officer had to keep the door open. And we're watching for.
Let me explain this to you. It takes more than 20 minutes to do what was done to Victoria. It would be physically impossible to do what was done to her in 20 minutes. Impossible. If there was 10 people doing it, maybe. For one person to do that would take hours and hours and hours.
This is crazy, guys. I want to take a lie detector test because this is crazy.
A classic move. Guilty men often ask for a polygraph, hoping it makes them look innocent. But detectives don't need a machine to see through his lies.
Fabian, listen. I'm not accusing you of anything
I know you're not, but I'm trying to tell you. I would never in a million years would think this would happen.
I agree.
More or less, with her not even knowing, if she knew, she should have let me know something. Thing is, if she didn't let me know, she did know, and I'm going to tell you that right now. And if she knew, why didn't she let me know right away before we even went to bed?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm
not a parent, but if I walk in my house...
And I was wondering, why did Jessica attack her first when she woke us up? If you're saying it like that now.
So, have you and Michelle ever talked about your past before?
About my past?
Yeah.
Because when me and my baby's mom were fighting, it's not that like the baby got touched, it was just because we were arguing in front of her and when we got pulled over. Like that, when the cops didn't, you know what I mean?
Like a neglect or something.
Yeah, it was child neglect, that's what it was, yes. And then when I got whatever the DA approved it, they tried to get it for child, you know what I mean? But then it went back down just to child neglect.
Something I need you to understand, okay? I've already told you a couple times that I think you're a good dude, okay? Yes. I don't think you're a bad guy, okay? And like I've said many times now, a lot of times good people find themselves in bad situations.
Yes.
They had no intent of being there.
Yes.
They had no idea
that this was going to even go on.
And never in a million years would ever wish to be a part of it or want to be a part of it. And if they had if they could go back again, they'd never be a part of it, okay? However, those people find themselves in those situations. What I need you to understand is just because if a good person does something bad, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they did something bad, okay? Mm-hmm. Can you understand from our side, seeing the things we've seen today and having to investigate what we're investigating, mm-hmm. Can you understand how it's hard for us to believe that you had no knowledge of anything going on?
Okay.
That
might be, I might be guilty of that, but I didn't, come on, man, that's scared the out of me, man.
So Fabian, were you scared that she was gonna kill you?
Yeah.
Is that why you just let it happen?
I didn't see nothing happen though.
Did you hear something? What did you hear, Fabian? Let's talk about that.
I thought it was the TV. Cause she had a real loud.
What was it? What'd you hear?
Just like loud sounds, you know?
Like what? Like describe them to me.
Just rah, like, you know what I mean? But I thought it was the TV.
What is that, like somebody talking?
Somebody, yeah, like trying to talk or like back and forth but Michelle was in there with me too though. When I woke up, you know, when I heard that, you know?
Fabian, what did you hear during the night? Just be honest with me, dude. That's all I'm asking.
Let me tell you, I didn't see nothing or hear nothing, but I did see her carry the little girl upstairs when she tried to come down and wear to see music.
Okay.
That's when she said, "Oh man, what's going on? Hopefully, you know what I mean, this and that. Hopefully she's okay." And what happened is I said, "Come here," just because she's like looking weird and didn't listen to me. Went back upstairs. But they never mentioned about like saying that they think the baby, they killed her daughter or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And it was so weird because Jessica was acting shady, but it was like, you know, but Michelle was with me, so I was like, you know, there's really nothing going on, and I know I'm not doing nothing, and I know I would never do something like that. So, but we should have checked. And then, you know, we were just kicking back, and me and Michelle went to the room right away. Okay? When we went inside after that.
You what?
We went to the room right away. Me and Michelle.
But then you guys came out and had tacos and...
Yes. Okay. Yeah, but that was right away. We made.
Where did you guys sit?
And I was still in the room waiting for her asking me. And I was like, can you remember? And I was like on the phone and stuff. And she was like, oh, what are we doing? I said, just warm up the potatoes and get the meat and I'll just do the rest, you know what I mean? And then that's what happened. Yeah.
Fabian, I have a very hard time. Michelle's telling us, honestly, that she saw, and I'm telling you exactly what I said. Listen, I know. Let me explain to you so you can understand what I'm thinking.
All right.
She physically saw Jess move Victoria's body from her bedroom to the bath. Okay, listen.
Why didn't she say something to me then?
Fabian.
Why didn't she tell me anything? Why didn't she tell me anything? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so I understand.
Can you ask her that? Why didn't you tell Fabian something then?
Well, we can ask her. I'll have them ask her.
Please, because she didn't tell me.
Because from my point of view, it's very hard to understand how you wouldn't know in that small
exactly.
space.
If she didn't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? And plus, Jessica moved her body from the room to the bathroom, and I'm in the room with the door halfway shut. Of course, I'm not going to see that. If you really look inside that apartment, you're not going to be able to see that.
So let's say
my side's all the way to that side. You know what I mean? It's not by the door side to where. See, Michelle's side, you can see up through the door.
It's infuriating to hear Fabian constantly switching up his story, but given his history of childhood, it's no mystery that he inflicted the same on Victoria. In Michelle's interrogation, she claimed Fabian had been brutally Victoria for some time. While there are a number of versions of this story, many believe Michelle's confession was false and forced. However, even if that's true, it doesn't paint her in a good light. She was fully aware of the horrible things happening to Victoria, and at the center of it all was Fabian, spinning lies while standing in the wreckage of his own monstrosity.
Let's say you didn't see her move her, and Michelle never told you anything, okay? Let's say that. What I want to know now, and we need to get past, because I'm having a really hard time with it, is how I need to know what you heard or saw regarding Victoria's body being dismembered.
I just heard like the TV being real loud and stuff and that, but I thought they were just, you know what I mean?
Can I ask you this point blank? Did you start the fight with Jessica because you caught her cutting up Victoria's body?
No. Was it him? I didn't know that happened. And if Michelle did that happen, she never told me. I wish she would have told me. And I would have never thought my cousin would do something like that. That's why I didn't have my suspicions like that. Tell me the honest God truth, sir. Please. I don't deserve this.
Even though Fabian didn't confess, later during the trial, he struck a plea deal, admitting to reckless child, resulting in death and tampering with evidence. He was sentenced to 37.5 years in prison, a term that reflected his direct involvement in the events surrounding Victoria's death.
I saw the x-rays and the CAT scan. His entire skull is split open in 3 different directions.
The person who committed such atrocities is 65-year-old Barbara Kendrick. And the most shocking part is that the victim was a 5-month-old baby. On March 7th, 2017, this senseless act of inhumanity occurred just before Barbara herself made a chilling 911 call.
Yes, 191, what's the location of your emergency?
Yes, I want to say that right now I have a 9-year-old. Stop breathing.
What's your address, ma'am?
But by that point, it was already too late. When detectives arrived, Cooper Dubovic was gravely injured, and the only adult present was his babysitter, Barbara. As baby Cooper fought for his life in the hospital, detectives knew their only hope of saving him is to get Barbara to tell the truth about what really happened.
Last chance. Last chance. You've got to show us exactly, because you understand that baby may not make it.
Barbara Kendrick, a 65-year-old from Florida, was entrusted with caring for 5-month-old Cooper Dubovic. On March 7, 2017, what was meant to be a simple babysitting job took a dark and tragic turn. As baby Cooper fought for his life in the hospital, police wasted no time bringing Barbara in for questioning. The detectives are now on the clock to unearth the truth, but the story Barbara is about to spin is something that they never saw coming.
What's the highest level of education you have?
Didn't quite complete 10th grade. I was about halfway through. You again, sure.
No problem. Like I said, if you have any questions, ask me.
I understood.
This is the same type of form we would use for any type of investigation we're doing. But you just want to make sure you understand everything. If you have questions, ask me.
No, not at this time.
Okay. All right. If you agree to allow us to do that, if you will sign right there. And we'll have your husband sign one also because your husband is there. Does anybody else live there with you guys?
Just me and my husband.
Okay. How long you guys live there?
Yeah, geez. 2, maybe 3 years.
Where'd you guys live before that? Here in town or?
No, we lived in Orange Park.
Okay. How long you guys been married?
That's a good question.
Long time?
Too long.
Too long. Okay. Let's take it to that. Y'all from Northeast Florida and from Orange Park or?
No, I'm originally from northern Indiana, up there around Terre Haute, Indianapolis, and he's from here.
Okay, is that how you ended up here was with him?
No, well, my kids was here.
Okay.
And I moved down here because they wanted me to be down here with them.
Okay, how many kids do you have?
I've got 2.
So you need grandkids?
Yes.
Okay, how many?
4.
4. Do you babysit any other kids or just?
No, just Cooper.
Just Cooper. And how do you know Cooper? How do you know his parents?
I know his dad. His brother was married to my daughter. That's how I got to know Carly.
Okay, so Cooper's dad's brother was married to your daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have a relationship right. How long have you been babysitting Cooper?
For about a month.
About a month. Did you know him before then? Or?
No.
What hours do you normally babysit?
It depends whether he brings it. Sometimes it's 7:30. Sometimes it's 7:40. Sometimes it's 8 o'clock. Just depends when he gets him over there to me.
Okay, so somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That range. How long does he usually stay? When does he get picked up normally?
Depends on what they're doing, the type of work. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5. Okay. Just depends.
And does your husband work or?
No.
He doesn't work?
He's on disability.
Okay. Is he home most days or?
No, biggest part of the time, yeah, he's home.
Okay. Did you babysit? Today is Tuesday, right?
That's Tuesday,
It is
yes.
Tuesday. Did you babysit yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, all day?
Not all day.
How long did you babysit
He's,
yesterday?
from 7:30. I think he comes down about 3:30.
3 or 3:30. Was he, how was he acting yesterday?
He was fussy, had a fever. He was congested. And I put some warm clothes on him because he was cold.
Yeah. How long has he been sick?
I really can't tell you.
Was it the first time you noticed he's sick? Was yesterday or?
No, they told me he was sick.
When did they tell you that?
Last week.
Did you babysit him last week also?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see him sick last week or?
He was sick when they brought him to me. He said he was congested, sneezing, pulling on his ears. And he's teething, so he does a lot of crying.
Okay. Free crying baby?
He cries a lot because his gums hurting.
Yeah. When did, what all days did you babysit last week?
Let's see, they took a couple of days off last week because he was really sick. They wanted to stay home because his temperature was up.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep an eye on him all day.
Yeah.
And he was still sick when he came out the next day.
What days was that? Do you remember?
Last week? Tuesday, I brought him back Thursday because I had a doctor's appointment Friday.
So you didn't have him Friday?
No.
So he was sick at least on Thursday. And when did you first notice he was sick? Last week?
I knew something was wrong with him because he was kind of sneezing, nose is running, and crying all the time.
Okay.
I thought maybe it just was his teeth.
Yeah.
The babies do get sick with their teeth.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
From the very start of the interrogation, Barbara appears unusually calm. She even begins by outlining how sick Cooper had been the week before. But as it turns out, this focus on his illness is just a setup. She is carefully crafting a stage for the bigger lies she is about to tell.
Yesterday, you said he was sick yesterday too. How sick was he? Did you see me?
He was pretty sick.
Did you check his temperature yesterday?
Yeah, his temperature was 99.8 all day long.
And you said he had congestion both nasal and chest? Or
Yeah,
was it?
his nose, and you can hear it down here.
Okay, you hear a little rattling in his chest.
Yeah.
And you said, what were the hours yesterday again? From
7:30 to 3.
3:30 or 3.
Something around 3:30.
And what time did he come back this morning?
About 7:30.
About 7:30. You babysit by the hour, they pay by the hour, they pay by week?
They pay me weekly.
Okay, just like a set fee.
Yeah.
Okay. How much do they pay you per week?
$75 a week.
So he dropped him off about 7:30 this morning. What did you notice this morning? Just kind of take me through.
I kind of noticed there was something wrong with him. I thought maybe it was just me, you know. So I really didn't think anything about it. So later on today.
Did he eat it all today?
He ate a little bit today.
What time did you give him this first? Did he eat bottle or did he eat cereal?
He takes a bottle with cereal in it.
Okay.
Then I feed him the other meals.
What kind of other meals does he eat?
He eats pudding, yogurt, you know, stuff like that. Soft.
Okay. What time did he have the first bottle with you today?
To be honest, we really didn't look.
You about?
I'd say 9.
Yeah, and then I'm about to say it. Yeah, I know it's tough to know exact time. So about 9 o'clock, he had a bottle. Did he eat normal amount or normal amount? Did he eat any pudding or anything at that time, or just a bottle of cereal?
Pudding.
How much formula? Is it a formula that he has?
Yeah.
How much formula and cereal did he have?
A bottle.
A bottle. What's a bottle like? 9 ounces, 10 ounces?
Not sure. I think they're 10. If I'm not mistaken.
It's almost all the way full bottle.
Yeah.
And he drank all that.
Pretty much all of it. Maybe he'll drink maybe 3/4 of it, take a nap, then he'll go back up, eat some more, and drink some more milk.
Mm-hmm. And then you said he ate some pudding or something at that time too?
Yeah.
When would he have ate again?
When he got from his nap.
Is that kind of normal? That's about the normal routine. He comes in, he gets a bottle about 9, takes a nap. When did he wake up from that nap? Do you remember about?
Let's see, I think it was on. One of my game shows was on Price is Right.
Price is Right on 11 o'clock?
Sorry.
Price is Right on 11.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal. I don't know what time now.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, okay.
I watched them regular.
Okay. So about 10 o'clock, so he only slept for about an hour, less than an hour?
Yeah, something like that. Sometimes a little longer.
Okay.
And he cry.
Crying all day?
Oh, yeah, there's nothing I could have done to please him, to, entertain him.
Okay. So then what happens from there? Just give as much detail as you can remember.
So after...
So he has wakes up at 10, and then what does he do at 10? Just crying?
Crying. I put him in I got him one of them little music rockers that rocks back and forth, plays some music. They had little buttons.
Oh, has buttons? Okay.
He lay there for a while, cooling, talking, and, normal baby.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that, so I tried the walker. Okay. And he played there for a few minutes. And he didn't want to be in there, so I took him out, tried to feed him, gave him another bottle. Mm-hmm. He didn't want that. So I checked to make sure if he was wet or a poopy diaper or something. Well, nothing wrong with him. He was fine all day long. Okay. I was just worried about his little congestion.
Yeah. So then what happens next?
Then I laid him down again. It was about 12 maybe, something like that. He didn't want to sleep. He just cried and cried and cried. Mm-hmm. So I picked him up, held him, rocked him, tried a bottle again, tried to feed him again. Mm-hmm. And you know what I did was to push You know how they push the bottle out with their mouth? He just cried and cried and cried. They gave stuff for his teeth, or his gums.
What'd you give him for that? What's that?
I what kind of little tablet they got done for babies. A little white tablet.
Yeah.
That's for
Is that something that the mom gave you? Mom and dad gave you? Okay.
They always got something in there for me.
Okay.
Up to this point, Barbara's story seems fairly believable. A baby dealing with congestion and teething, crying throughout the day, sounds normal enough. But what really raises the question is the reason behind her desperation. Her constant insistence that Cooper was already sick reflects some hidden guilt. It's as if she wants to distance herself from the tragedy as quickly and as far as possible.
So then what happens next?
I said he wasn't going to go to sleep, so I rockled him. He tried all over again. He wasn't going to do it. But he acted like he was tired. He was going to like this here and crying. I said, well, I'll lay him down. You know how babies do, and they cry hard like that. That's what he was doing. And I started cooking. And I hear nothing. I said, well, okay, he's asleep. So I waited a few minutes, went back over, and I do like this. I said, Cooper. Then no response. So I took it and I shook him again. I said, I heard again. I said, Cooper. Nothing. You know how their eyes are halfway open? I thought, he sleeps like that sometimes. I thought, well, he's just sleeping. And I hollered at him again. And I picked him up. He just limper. So, well, maybe I picked him up wrong. So I picked him up, holding him like I always did, from my chest. Kept talking to him, kept hollering. Kept shaking his leg, his arms, you know. And he would respond. So it scared me. So I laid him down. I got my next door neighbor.
Where'd you lay him down now?
On the chair.
Okay.
Like a baby. You know, just laid him down.
What kind of chair? Like a recliner?
It was a recliner. Okay. And I hollered at him again. He didn't respond. I said, oh my God, something's wrong. What'd I do? So I ran over to my next door neighbor. She comes flying over there. We was doing CPR. They told her to do compressions like this here on him and blowing
full
his
hands
mouth.
or fingers or?
They told her to do this here.
Okay.
Kept doing this here.
Yeah.
Kept blowing in his mouth.
Was she doing that or you doing that?
She was doing that. I was screaming, crying.
Yeah.
I go, what the hell happened here? What's going on? He was just fine 2-3 hours ago.
Yeah.
He was laughing, eating, playing, cooling, you know? I was like, yeah, what the hell happened here?
So did the rescue comes and takes him? Okay.
She had him laid down. When she turned him to the side, a whole bunch of mucus came rolling out of his mouth. A bunch.
Yeah.
And my floor was wet.
Like throw up?
Yeah.
Okay. Where out on the floor is that?
The carpet there in the living room. I got a coffee table here. I got another recliner there. Then I got a TV there. A couch over here.
What furniture is it nearest?
It was near the coffee table.
Near the coffee table, and what would it be between the coffee table and the
his little chair, his little walker.
Walker. Okay, so it's going to be between the coffee table and the walker.
The coffee table and the walker, and like I said, there was another chair there, reclining. Okay, but he's more closer to the.
And it was enough that it like made the floor wet.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was after the CPR. She turned him on side. And
yeah, and then when he came up.
Did he ever start breathing at all that you're aware of?
No.
Okay. No. Was he cold to the touch? Was he stiff?
I didn't touch him. She did.
No, when you picked him up.
He was, like I said, limper.
Real limp? Was he warm at all or cold?
Clammy.
Clammy? Was the color off? Or?
No, he was all pale.
Real pale.
All right. It was just me when I first got down there.
Barbara's voice is laced with fake concern as she recounts her struggle to wake baby Cooper and her frantic attempt to get help from a neighbor. But unlike a typical criminal, She has no idea that every word she utters becomes a clue for the detective, bringing them closer to the tragic truth. And now the detectives are going to use these opportunities to pin her down in the next few minutes.
Was your husband home today?
No.
What time did he
He's got a part-time job on the side.
Okay. What time did he leave?
He left about 6:30.
So he was left before the baby.
He left long before the baby.
What does he work doing?
Eagles. They're on Lanes Avenue. Eagles Glass. Lanes Avenue.
What is that?
It's a glass company.
Oh, glass.
Called
Okay.
Eagles.
Okay, I got you. I thought you said class. Okay, I got you.
Well, I got it just like teeth.
Yeah, no worries.
I hate them things. They keep me keep falling out. Keep from talking right.
So he leaves at 6:45. Was anybody else there today?
There's just me and the baby and my little dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
I got a Jack Russell and a Yorkie.
Yorkie, how big is it? How big is
Not
that dog?
big. She's not big.
Yorkies are real small, right?
She's not small. She's not big.
She's not one of the little miniature ones.
Oh no.
Teacup ones.
No.
Okay. About how much do you think she weighs?
30 pounds probably.
Okay. So that's the old.
She eats.
Yeah.
Just like we do.
Yeah. She older dog or young dog?
She's young dog. She's only 2 years old.
Okay. How about the Jack Russell?
But it's mixed.
Oh,
it's all
I thought you said you had 2 dogs.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay,
It's
so
all
you got a Jack
one
Russell.
dog.
Oh, okay. You got
Mixed
Jack
with
Russell.
Yorkie.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's probably me. How is that dog? Is the dog pretty hyper or just?
No, she's cool.
She stay away from the baby.
Oh, she gives her kisses every morning.
Doesn't jump
and
on
the baby takes his little hands, touch his hair and his ears.
Did she ever jump on the baby at all?
Oh no.
Did the baby fall today at all, or anything happen? Would there be any kind of injury?
No. No, it wouldn't hurt a baby.
So, I mean, I'm not saying you would, but sometimes accidents happen.
Yeah, accidents do happen. I gotta watch this one arm here. Sometimes it gives out.
Yeah.
And I can't feel nothing.
Yeah.
But I use this hand a lot. I was touching him, holding him up. If this arm don't work, I grab this one.
Okay.
I always got hold of him.
Yeah. But there was no accidents today?
No.
Nothing happened that would have caused any injuries?
No.
When asked about how Cooper got injured, in that instance, her fear of incarceration leaped through an unprovoked denial, which is a typical behavior of someone who is indeed guilty. Seeing this, the detective takes the opportunity to reveal the severity of Cooper's condition. They know Barbara's flinch wasn't just nervousness, it was anxiety. And now they are about to use it to push her to tell the truth.
So that's what we got to figure out how that happened.
I don't know how that happened.
And that's why I'm asking you, is there any accidents today?
I play with him, toss him up in the air,
It's a great chance you dropped him today on accident.
No.
Because now, because here's the thing, obviously, you know what we do. And we're very good at what we do.
Yeah,
and those doctors are excellent at shams. I know people talk about shams, but if you're hurt real bad, that's the place to go.
No, I can agree with Chance. They do take good care of you.
If you're hurt real bad, that's where you need to go, because it's a trauma unit. And the doctors there are telling us that the baby has a skull fracture. Okay? Now, a skull fracture is something that, if that would have happened over the weekend or this morning before you had him, it would have been pretty obvious. Because the baby would not have been cooing or laughing or any of that. Okay? So something happens at your house today. Okay? And that's what we got to figure out what happens. Okay? And I know sometimes these things are hard to talk about. But the truth always comes out. Okay? And I would much rather hear it from you than to hear it from somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So if something happened today, now's the time to tell me and be 100% truthful. Okay? Because even if you try and say it's one thing, the doctors are going to be able to tell how it happened. These doctors are good, okay, and they have all the best equipment. Okay, that baby's in a bad way. In fact, it's being transferred right now to Wilson's NICU, which is...
What's that?
That is the baby. It's the baby intensive care unit, which is... They're in better chance. Are you of health? Sorry, the name's changed a couple times. And they have even better equipment. They may even be able to tell us a little bit more about how this may have happened, okay? And that's why I need you to be 100% honest with me, okay? What happened today?
Like I said, well, if I told you what happened, I put him down on the
How did the
chair.
baby's head get hurt?
I don't know. That's what's got me.
And that's why I was asking you things like, was there anybody else there? So it's just you and him there. So, and you're watching, so you would have known if something happened. And you even said it at 10 o'clock. He's awake and he's moving.
Yeah.
And then
he's crying.
This afternoon he has a traumatic brain injury. So something happens between the time he gets there and this afternoon, and that's what we got to figure out. Okay? And I can promise you that if you lie to me, it's not going to be good for you. Okay? If something happens and you can explain it, now's the time to explain it. Not have the doctors explain it to me, and then it looks like you're holding stuff back and you hurt this baby on purpose.
I've never hurt a baby on purpose.
And I believe that, okay? And I believe that, okay? You're a grandma, you got kids, you've raised kids,
Yes.
and presumably had no problems with any of that,
No.
okay? If something happened today that you're not being honest about, okay? I've sat across from many, many people, okay? And I'm not saying you're a bad person, but I do feel that you're holding something back because you're scared, okay? And now's the time to tell me what that is. Okay, because I don't think you're a bad person right now, but if it continues to go this way, I may change.
Right, I understand that.
Okay? What happened today? And I need to know what happened to the baby's head.
I know. I might have put it down on the chair too hard. When I picked him up, laid him down.
Well, like I said, like I said,
quiet.
Like I said, Robert, this is the thing that the doctors are going to be able to tell us what exactly happened to that baby. Okay, so they're going to be able to tell me if putting the baby down hard on the chair did it or not. Okay.
Right.
I know the baby was being really fussy today, and I know that can be frustrating because, listen, I have kids of my own. I have two, okay? And I know sometimes that kids can be really frustrating when they're crying and they're teething, and I understand that parents and babysitters sometimes get frustrated and things happen, okay? But you have to explain that to me, and it has to be believable, okay?
Yeah.
Putting the baby down hard on the chair is not going to fracture that baby's skull, okay? What happens? What's that, sweet?
They can believe that
The baby's skull is fractured, okay? And you need to tell me how that happened. And I understand you're scared, but trust me, lying to me is not going to help. I want to know. Listen, I do this for a living, okay? I talk to people for a living. I know when they're holding something back, okay? And I'm not saying you're a bad person because you're holding something back. I think you're scared. Because I'd be scared if I was sitting in that chair too. Okay?
Yeah, I'm terrified.
I understand. I would be too. I mean, something terrible happened today. But lying to me is not going to help you. Okay?
The detectives call her out, and Barbara's voice begins to lose confidence. All she can manage now is repeating, "I don't know." The detectives shift tactics, taking on a more evidence-based approach to the interrogation, carefully breaking down her lies using cold hard facts. But whether it's her pride or fear, Barbara seems determined not to admit the horrific truth about what happened to baby Cooper.
Listen, we don't know for sure yet, but I don't think that's going to cause a skull fracture.
I saw the x-rays and the CAT scan. His entire skull is split open in 3 different directions. There's no way.
There's no way this
that it occurred. From
kids get dropped from this to here quite frequently, and that doesn't cause a skull fracture. Might have a headache, maybe a concussion, but that doesn't cause a skull fracture.
That's when I really freaked out.
Yeah. Then what you did?
I tried to wake him up.
He was still making that
Shook
coughing
him,
noise.
it's his hands, his feet. She shook his belly. He kept hollering his name. He wasn't responding, so I picked him up, kept talking to him. I mean, just what he had in his throat or whatever. He got it out. He was fine. That's when I laid him down on the chair after I seen there was something wrong. That's when I crossed the road, got my neighbor
Was he
lady.
breathing at that point?
Huh?
Was he breathing then when you laid him in the chair?
But when I picked him up and I found out he wasn't breathing.
So then he's not breathing. Okay, so he's not breathing at that point. Okay. Then you go find the lady and she comes over and she does CPR.
And she got him off the chair and put him down on the floor.
Yeah.
Started doing this here, started breathing in his mouth.
Now that pack and play, does it have a cushion at the bottom of it, or what is it? What's the bottom of it like?
I don't think it's soft. I don't think those cushions are soft.
It's not soft?
Okay. Not this one I had.
That's a pretty significant injury for a baby skull to get fractured, okay? So I still think you're trying to minimize what happened, okay? Because I can tell you, even on this hard concrete floor right here, if I dropped a child and your waist is a little lower than mine from here to here, that ain't fracturing a skull, okay? Fracturing a skull, even on this, has got to be that, okay? And that's not a pack and play, this is a hard floor, okay? So I've tried to be as understanding as I can, okay? And I do understand that you're scared, okay? But what I don't like to do is I don't like to be continued to be lied to, okay? All right? You need to tell me what happened, all right? That baby's over there struggling in a hospital right now, okay? And you're still holding back because you're scared for you, okay? We need to be worried about that baby, all right? I'm going to give you one more opportunity to tell me what happened, okay? And then I'm going to let the doctors tell me what happened. And then you're going to look like a monster for sitting in here lying to me. What happened to that baby?
I don't want to be a monster.
What's that? Well, then tell me what happened to that baby, because that is not what happened to that baby. Tell me what happened to that baby. And this is one last chance, because I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth. What happened to the baby?
The detectives don't hold back. They lay it out plain and simple that what she's doing is selfish, even monstrous. They urge her to show exactly how she handled baby Cooper during his cries, demanding the truth in his name. But Barbara stays in character, forcing the detectives to change their approach. And so they dropped the hammer and laid out Cooper's current condition and CAT scan.
Tell me what happened to that baby. I know it's hard, Barbara, but we need to know what happened to that baby so we can help it. What did you hit that baby's head on?
Yeah. There's actually a dent beside where the fracture is.
A dent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like an
more consistent with than a. Okay? So again, I'm a mother. I understand getting frustrated, okay? My child had earache after earache after earache and cried and cried and cried, and nothing would work to make that baby stop crying. So I have been where you are, okay? Being frustrated and trying to get that baby to be quiet, okay? I understand that you got frustrated. Again, did not crack that baby's skull almost completely from the back of his head to his forehead in 3 different directions, nor did it cause a dent beside that fracture. Okay? So, my partner already told you.
Last chance.
Last chance. You've got to show us exactly, because you understand that that baby may not make it. Okay? He's in critical condition in ICU. He may not make it.
And what you tell us may help us.
We need to let the doctors know exactly what happened to him so they can help save his life. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you want to save his life?
Yes, I want to save his life.
So show us exactly what you did to that child. Babies' skulls are
Normally
actually
they don't
soft.
fracture. A lot of times they just dent.
Yeah. They're actually extremely hard to fracture.
Because they're a soft skull. It's not a fully formed skull like ours. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and debate with you. This is going to be my last opportunity to you to show me what happened. Okay? Show me what happened. And then I'm going to walk out that door and I'm going to call these doctors and I'm going to find out whether you're telling me the truth or not, okay? Show me what happens.
And what you show him needs to be consistent with what caused that dent in the back of that baby's head.
Because I'm going to know.
Okay?
I'm going to find out.
Because we're going to know.
It's just a matter of whether you told us the truth and tried to help this baby or you sat in here and lied to us and tried to protect yourself instead of helping that baby.
No, I want the baby to make it.
Just show me what happens.
The detectives had received the CAT scan and the doctor's opinion. Based on that, the truth of what happened to Cooper is already clear for everyone to see. And now all they need is a clear confession from Barbara. But instead of providing answers, the detectives are left speechless, watching Barbara once again twist the facts in a frantic attempt to dodge the truth.
I want to go over a couple more things for you real quick. First of all, we got some pictures from out there, and I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Is this the pack and play you were talking about? And the picture I'm showing you on the right, there's a blanket and then a blanket hanging over. Is that how it would have looked?
Yeah.
That's how it looked today?
Yeah.
Before the baby, that's it without the...
That's it without it.
Without the blankets, okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, did you call anybody else?
No.
And let them know what was going on?
I found out what was going on. Then I called the baby's daddy because he was at work.
Yeah.
And told him what was going on. I was having a problem with my phone.
Did you ever get hold of your husband at all? Or?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he was at work.
Okay. Did you get hold of him or did
No, I haven't got hold of him yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, he knows. I mean, we've talked to him. I just wanted to make sure. The form I'm going to show you right now, it's a consent to search your phone. It's basically so we can download your phone and make sure what you're telling us is the truth. Did you and your husband get in an argument last night or this morning? You were a little stressed out about it or something? You remember anything?
I got an argument with him one night over something stupid.
Have you been stressed about that, or has it been bothering you, or?
That's been, my son's locked up. Okay?
Oh, okay.
He's doing time.
Okay.
And that put a lot of stress on me.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of him, sending him stuff.
Okay. Where's he see light up here or somewhere else?
No, he's in Crawfordville, Florida.
Okay.
In a correction facility there.
Okay, did you get arrested here or did you get arrested somewhere
He got
else?
arrested in Green Call.
Okay, Green Coast Springs?
No, he was living with me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought him down here. And they kept him here until Clay come and got him.
Oh, okay.
He went to court, da-da-da-da-da.
And now he's ultimately ended up out there.
He's out there for 4 years.
Okay. What you were telling us earlier about the baby having some congestion, is that true or has he just been teething?
No, he does. My
Does have
my
some
friend that came over there said she could feel it and hear him when she was getting him out the mouth. Yeah.
Did you notice it before that, or?
I said something to her. I said, I think he's got a cold, or maybe just because he's teething, maybe sounds like it. She says no.
I mean before, like not while this was happening.
Oh,
but
no.
Like this morning, nothing was going on until after he got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. He just kept crying and crying and crying and crying. And
I rubbed his back. I sang to him. I rockled him. I
so
did everything.
You did everything you could, and nothing was working, and you were getting frustrated.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff on my mind, but that still didn't give me the right to do that.
Unfortunately, doctors could not save baby Cooper. As for Barbara, she kept with her lie right up until the very end, never confessing what she did to baby Cooper. However, the detectives still had enough evidence to convict her, ultimately resulting in justice being served. It took nearly 3 years before Cooper's family got any real answers. In January 2020, Barbara Kendrick, who had initially pleaded not guilty, finally changed her plea to guilty for the second-degree murder in 2017 for the death of baby Cooper. But even then, multiple sentencing hearings were canceled, and heartbreakingly, the case remains ongoing as of the upload of this video.
Please hurry! What's happening there? Hurry! What's happening there? She got shot! Where's the suspect? I don't know. Are you next to her that you can start CPR? No, I'm not next to her. Okay, get next to her so you can help her. Oh, I'm scared.
On December 19th, 2022, this horrifying call was made by LaShonda Nix's daughter. Moments before this call, LaShonda was at home with her children when an unexpected knock changed everything. Just as her hand reached for the doorknob, a single fatal shot ended her life before she ever had a chance to open it. With no trace of the suspect, the police were left with almost no leads until they uncovered a chilling piece of evidence. The disturbing piece of evidence pointed them to LaShonda's ex-boyfriend, Kurtrez Darrell Johnson.
And as the truck drives by, a couple of seconds later, we start hearing the horn honking. And then we hear a door. And we hear a shot.
I'm seriously telling you, I did not do anything. I want to do something to the little boy that harmed my son.
Did you hear the gunshot?
I didn't hear anything.
Confronting a suspect cloaked in confidence and skilled in his game of deception, will the detectives be able to crack his facade and uncover the truth buried beneath his mask before it's too late? Prior to this horrific incident, the St. Paul police responded to a shooting near LaShonda's residence on December 13th, 2022. The police identified the victim as Kurtrez's 18-year-old son, Jarrell Johnson, also known as JJ. Jarrell was found with a gunshot wound to the face and was immediately hospitalized. As he refused to cooperate with investigators, the case remained unsolved. But the chilling connection between those two gruesome crimes would unravel gradually, something no one could have anticipated. On December 19th, when the authorities arrived at the crime scene, they discovered LaShonda had been shot in the face. After thoroughly examining her, the medics pronounced her dead at the scene. The police swiftly turned their focus to her children to understand how this harrowing incident had unfolded. Based on their statements and accounts from other eyewitnesses, the detectives learned Kurtrez's car had already betrayed him. It was spotted too many times near the scene. It was all detectives needed to close in. By the time he realized, Kurtrez was already in custody, facing questions he couldn't escape.
My partner's gonna kind of talk to you about what you're
Do you have
here
any idea why you're down here?
I do.
Tell me about that.
So, my kid gets shots in the face.
What's his name?
Jarrell Johnson, man.
Okay.
So my kid gets shot. The guy that shot him, his mother gets injured or whatever, and the kid said to my kid's mother, well, it might be your dad that killed my mom. I'm not killing nobody, man. My son got shot, man. Yeah. That's it, man. My son got shot. That's it. I just ride past. That's it. They know that, man. They know how I look and everything, man. They know how I look. They asked that lady, how do your baby daddy look?
Yeah.
They know how I look.
Alright.
They know how I look, man.
Yeah. Tell me what you said you ride past. What does that mean?
Since my sons got shot,
Yeah.
I ride past and I go see. They told me and my kid's mother they didn't want to tell us a story about what happened to my kid. We don't feel like talking right now.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, well, I'll come to you and I'll ride past every day. I mean, we cool. I'm like you guys as dad as well.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to talk to me?
Yeah.
That's it.
You guys know each other a long time.
Yeah. They paid on my son's basketball team for 7 years, man.
Okay. That's a chunk.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that I'm here, read the signs and stuff, and I'm like, this is some stuff, man, pertaining to kids, man. That ain't my lifestyle, you understand me? Is it not right to me? This isn't the first time that this has happened over there, right? My son's been shot once before in McDonough Projects from her house.
Okay.
Right. Their house gets shot up in Mount Airy. Oh, I'm telling my son every time, why would you hang with somebody that has brothers? You don't hang with 3 brothers, son. You 3 friends and a stranger. He don't get it until this happens to him and gets shot in the face. It hurt my heart to death. It hurt me and my family. But I'm not doing nothing with no damn lady, my man. I'm an adult. If I'm going to do something, it's going to be the dude that did something to my child. I still feel that same way. I want him to die before me. I want that. Yeah. He hurt my child. But I'm not going to hurt nobody, man. So I don't need to be at homicide.
Okay. All right. You said you just drive by then. Have you tried to make contact with them there?
Yes, we have. We got text messages and everything, man.
Tell me about that.
We text them and ask them the story.
Who is them?
Mari. Mari is the oldest son.
Okay.
She has like 3 boys, and they're all the same age group as my son. If you go on Facebook, this is what they said. So we didn't know a story.
Okay.
My son he was so messed up that he couldn't talk for a while. Okay. So he couldn't say a story or he couldn't do anything. And
right.
I'm not with his mother. And when I go down there, they didn't let me in because
down to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her boyfriend is there, but her husband, because they've been together for about 6 years, but they didn't let me in, whatever. I sat down there. Me and the guy get into altercation.
The husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I go on Facebook. I'm angry. I'm upset. I say her name in on the thing and everything. I say his name as well. The next day, she contacts my mother, and me and her are talking without him. And she's telling me how she talked to him and stuff. And then I'm telling her, well, I ride past there all the time and I see the little dudes standing out there. You know what I mean? I asked them and they told me the same thing. Right? I'm like, they gonna talk. He gonna ask you. Just wait till JJ come around. When JJ came around, the little guys, they keep texting him and stuff, right? And like trying to give him a story because Jarrell was supposed to be unconscious or something to where he didn't know what happened. So they're trying to give him a story.
Okay.
He says the lady come in and she keeps saying, is you going to tell on my son or something or giving him the story? And she said, I'm going to tell the police that you came here. Don't tell them that you got shot here or something. He was saying, right?
Okay. And when you say the lady, who are you talking about?
I don't know.
You said the lady's telling him to
the lady, he said it's a lady. It's an adult at the house.
Okay.
As well. So she's telling him that don't tell the cops that he got shot here.
There, at that house.
Exactly. That's it. That's all we knew. That's the only story he said. And I said, well, and like I told her, I said, my son doesn't want to tell the police. And she, I guess, wants to protect his reputation. That's not my plan, man.
Kertrez, from the beginning, starts crying in an attempt to manipulate the detectives and gain their sympathy. His redirection from the actual event to revealing details about his son's incident is psychologically significant, as it may expose the real motive behind the crime. However, detectives face challenges as they lack solid evidence at this point, although soon the mistakes Kertrez is about to make will ultimately turn the tables against him.
I've been shot here 2 times. I'm an important guy. You do something to me, you're going to jail, right? If I do something, I'm going to own up to it, man. I ain't did nothing right. And it ain't right. It's not right how Minnesota doing, man, because on Facebook every day, man, these little goons are making posts, man. They make my son, they head up, man. Forget about the injury, they head up too, man. His whole, it ain't right, man.
So we got that, and I understand that. But now we got to talk about why we're here. Right?
Exactly.
You said you've been driving by.
I drive.
Tell me what that looks like. What do you mean you drive by?
I ride past every one of the Friends' house.
Okay. And where are they? Where are the spots?
Mount Airy.
Okay.
The little dude, he's on Case. It's a little guy on Geranium, 4 blocks up from there, possibly right. It used to be a Dairy Queen right there on Payne. It's on Payne Avenue. And you go all the way up, and there used to be a Dairy Queen sit to the left side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the other side of Maryland.
Yeah, and they got shot at there. See, that's what I'm saying. I tell you.
So what's going through your mind then when you're driving by these boys' houses? Tell me about that.
The only thing that's going through my mind is they're like my son. I want to know what happened to my son, man.
Sure.
What happened to my son, my brother?
Of those addresses, did you ever get out and make contact with anybody at any of those addresses?
I get out. Yeah, I get out. I knock on the door.
Okay. Tell me how that goes.
Sometimes I talk to the little guys, and sometimes no one answers. Lately it's been pitch black. Right? Every time I go over there, it's just all the lights out. If I go on K Street, all the lights is out. When I go down the street, all of the lights is out. So I'm saying in my head, okay, I know. I already know that you guys had to do it to him. But you know what? I'm not his mother. I said, when I see my son, I was going to press him and make him do it. Somebody is going to jail for what they did to him, man.
When you go by these houses, were you alone or would you go with anybody?
It varies. Because after it happened to him, I go by there every single day. I stayed right here on the east side as well. So I would frequently just go by when I'm crying or whatever. I want those guys to see my tears so they can understand as well. Hey man, this is a serious matter, man. What happened to the little dude, man? You might be in danger, right? But I knew that they wasn't in danger. I knew that they did that to him.
You're hurting.
Yes.
What do you drive? Is it the car that you got stopped in?
I got a blue Chrysler 300.
Okay. And what else do you drive?
The white truck that I was just in.
Okay.
I drive that as well. Either if I'm not in the Chrysler, then I'm in the truck because my girlfriend, we alternate.
Whose blue Chrysler is that?
My mother. Well, it's mine, just in my mother's name.
Okay. Your son, you say Jarrell and then you say JJ. Is JJ his nickname?
Yep.
Okay. And that gun that he had, do you know what kind of gun that was that he stole from his uncle?
It was a 9mm, and he had like an extended magazine on there.
Do you know what brand?
I don't know what brand. Now, the reason I know that is because me and my mother is in the car, and just like I just picking her up from work and stuff, and we left work, and we're just driving down Payne, and I see my son. I tell him to get in the car. Hey, boy, you eat today? Because I'm not in his household, but it's like my little brother as well as my son. So he gets in the car, and I could tell. I see it on him, and I just grabbed it, and me and my mother was talking, and she was kind of mad at me, but I said, hey man, look, I don't know what type of lifestyle you into, right? I'm not going to take it from you because I don't know if you need it. If I would have took it, my son wouldn't have been shot.
So that's hurting you.
That definitely hurts me.
Yeah, you're carrying that. Did you ever carry a gun?
I've had it, yeah.
Okay. Have you carried a gun since this happened to your son?
No. You'll see what I got. It's a knife in the truck. No guns for me, man. That's why I say, man, look, man. Just from implicating me in it get bad for me, right? That's what I was trying to tell the little guys. I haven't seen those guys since they told my kid's mother that stuff, right?
About you being involved in that lady getting hurt.
Exactly. Now, before that, they will see me. They'll come and they'll see me. We won't talk about the situation or whatever, what happened, but they'll see me, right? So after they told her, they never see me again. Made me think, you guys really think about me. If you thought that about me, you could have done something to me all of the times that I seen you guys 12 something times after. And to my son, they said they ain't talking. Okay, that's cool. It's not my problem. That's what you're gonna take it up with your friend, my son, right? I just want to know what happened to him. That's it. That's it. In case he don't survive. Because if he don't survive, then somebody going to jail. That's all I want you guys to know.
Kertrez's words unveil a potential threat, alerting the detectives to the violence he's capable of. His statement that somebody has got to go to jail clearly indicates that he has channeled his grief into obsession, and to achieve that, he can cross any legal or moral lines. Kertrez's statements only expose his deceptive tendencies. What he's revealed is only the beginning, because the real danger isn't what he's said, but what he's still hiding.
Because they thinking like it's a cold or something, and ain't nobody gonna, man, I'm telling, that's my firstborn son, man.
You said Geranium, did you mean Cook? You said Geranium, the address where the lady got hurt. You said Geranium, is that Cook? The street?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know. Like I say, man.
That's the house that he got. The house that he got shot at.
I drive everywhere. The kid's house is on Cook. Yes.
Where your son got shot.
That's okay. where my son got shot.
Okay. And is that one of the addresses that you drive by?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
You had said Geranium before, and I didn't know if that was in addition to Cook or that was.
You asked me where what.
Yep. Some of the spots that you went to, I did ask you that. When she got hurt, right? And I'm just gonna keep it real with you. She wasn't just hurt; she was killed.
I know.
She's
I heard
dead.
that.
You know that.
That's why. Yeah.
How long did it take before you found out about that?
The next day.
Okay. How did you find out?
The kids supposedly called my kid's mother, and told her. And then she called me and asked me, and I said, "No, was you serious?" I said, "I ride down there then." And I seen.
Okay. All right. So when was the last time before that lady got killed that you were on that block, that you drove by that house?
I'm not sure. I drove by a lot all the time.
Okay. Would you honk your horn when you drive by these houses?
Sometimes.
Okay. What was that? Why would you do that? So like an emotional release kind of thing, or?
No, nothing emotional attached to it. I mean, it's.
Well, there's a lot of emotion attached to this. I can see it in your eyes.
Instead of getting out, or you know what I mean.
I can see it in your eyes.
If the boys ain't there this time, it's like, hey, I blew the horn the last time when he comes out. That's what it's just if you don't hear the horn, and hey. Or when I pull up, I'll pull straight over to the side and just come straight up and holler at you, or what's up? You want to smoke something? However I do it, but I don't. It's never offensive, and it's nothing about me being anywhere where I'm thinking you're trying to go with this, man.
Okay. Were you on that street? Were you on Cook the night that she was killed?
I was not, but I did go through there that day.
That day?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what time it was?
I got receipts from Dollar General. Me and my girlfriend went to the store.
Remember if the sun was up or the sun was down? Okay.
I think it was down.
Sun was down, so it would have been dark?
Yeah, it had to be dark.
Okay. And that General Dollar is the name of it. I'm familiar with it. That's the store that's right next to the house?
Yep.
Where she was killed?
Yep.
Okay. And you and your girlfriend were there and purchased some things?
Yep.
Okay. Not sure if sun was up or sun was down. Do you remember what you were driving that night?
I wasn't driving that night.
Okay.
She was driving.
She was driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was with her, and then I went over there and seen if they were there. And I talked to some little dude, JJ. You know, it's a JJ. It's another guy. That name is JJ, like my son, and his father's name is JJ.
Okay.
This is the guy that stays on
different address.
Case.
Okay.
At this corner house where the little girl got killed in the basement.
So I know whose house that is.
Yeah, I do too.
Exactly.
Yeah. That house.
Do they still live there or no?
Yes, he still lives there. His son was the one that snatched the gun. See, so that's why I said those guys, everything was together. So when I ride around in a circle, in a loop.
Okay.
The whole little basketball team that my son used to be with, I just ride just to see what they're gonna do to me. See, because if they did something to my son, then they're gonna shoot me too, right? Okay. That's all I've been on. I've just been trying to protect myself. Those guys even dare you. Dude, I'm around like...
protect yourself with a knife if they got a gun and you're driving.
I'm just talking about being alert.
Okay.
Being alert and being aware for my life. But I am not worried about it. If I gotta go, I'm gonna go right then. But I think my knife will do damage. It's a nice knife, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Kertrez is oblivious to the fact that the detectives have already found several CCTV recordings placing him at the scene on the night LaShonda was murdered. Yet the detectives withhold the information, hoping to elicit a confession that can help them close in on him more easily. But Kertrez's vague statements only lead to frustration. But now, with damning evidence in hand, detectives are closing in to see if he'll finally crack or find a way to distort the truth yet again.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
One of the things as investigators, and we don't have the emotional attachment like you do to this case, nor the other victims. But we don't know. I don't know your son. I never had the pleasure of meeting him. I never had the pleasure of meeting Miss Nix. All right? Well, what I am going to talk to you about is, as investigators, what we're afforded. Right?
Yes,
and
sir.
a couple of things that we're afforded are cameras.
For sure.
And everybody's got cameras.
For sure.
The city's got cameras. Go up any block and you're going to see cameras on doorbells. You're going to see them on eaves of houses and everything else. And we can see you that night driving around. Just like you're saying. Big loop.
You didn't see me driving around.
Who else is driving that car?
Me or my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else in the house, but just me and her, basically. I'm not gonna play games with you to where you think that I'm telling a story or something. So me or my girlfriend, that's it.
Those are the two people that have access to your car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm going to keep it real with you. There's cameras right on Cook. Okay?
Okay.
And two of the cameras that are on Cook, you'll have an opportunity to see this and read about it. But two of the cameras on Cook, they've got audio as well. All right? And as your truck drives by, a couple of seconds later, we start hearing the horn honking. And then we hear a door. And then we hear a shot. Okay?
Okay.
And then we see your truck pull out onto Payne Avenue from a nice little camera at the pizzeria.
Okay.
Help me understand that.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to tell me to understand to you.
I'm telling you exactly what we're seeing, and I'm asking you to explain that. Okay, you've told us that you drive in circles, you go around to these different young boys' houses, and you tell me that you honk the horn and everything else. You tell me that you and your girlfriend are the only ones that drive that vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you exactly what we're seeing. I'm asking for an explanation, trying to understand.
Okay. I don't know when you actually talking about.
I'm talking about the night Miss Nix was killed.
Like I said, it's been so much that's been going on. And I ride by those kids' house, numerous, right? On a day, every day, right? So I don't know I can't give you an answer to that because I'm not sure, right?
Okay.
When I'm there, when I ride around and stuff, these little places, like I said, I don't know what's be going on, what's gonna happen or anything. So I just be riding, blowing. Everybody knows this is JJ Dad. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, this is a little boy. That's it. I don't know about anything else. I don't know about no shots. I don't know about no murders, no anything in that nature, my brother. I don't want to be like I don't want to be uptight. I don't want to be like no man and where you think I'm lying and like that. But
I do think you're lying.
I know I was getting the shut down response as well. I was like, you know, the way that you guys are looking at me and the way that you acting towards me, it make me shut down.
This is the deal. Your emotions that you had when you came in here, those are real. You're hurting for your son.
I'm hurt.
Your son's up right now. He's still hurting.
My son just got out of the hospital yesterday.
And he's still got a long road to recovery. It's going to take some time.
He'll be
But
right.
what we're telling you,
God has.
I believe that too. And there's some stuff in your story that has been accurate and has been truthful. About you driving by, we have several videos of you driving by, which has verified that, just like you said, and we believe that. You were there in front of that house at the time that shooting happened, doing the doot-doot-doot with your horn too. So that's why my partner's asking you to explain it. You get one opportunity to tell your side of the story of what happened, but you were there in front of that house at that time of the shooting.
Not just me. It was other people there too.
Who?
I don't know those guys. I don't know every little guy that they hang with. If I don't know you, I ain't talking to you. I'm not with you. I keep it pushing. Hey, my brother. I keep it pushing then.
Well, you were driving the car that night, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's why if
they saw you get back into that car.
you said I was driving that car that night, I told him the same thing. If I'm not driving, my girlfriend driving. So yes, if you said it was me, yes, I was driving the car then.
Okay.
I'm telling you guys that I didn't hurt nobody, and you guys are trying to rerun a story to make it seem like I'm lying to.
Well, you're admitting that that happened. It happened. You're there. Your vehicle is there. There's cameras showing that your vehicle is there.
Yes, ma'am. But
did you hear the gunshot?
I didn't hear anything.
I did. It's pretty loud on two different cameras.
I didn't hear anything. I don't mean to be
You're not being... All right, but you also have to understand, put yourself, let's switch roles here, right? Put yourself on this side of the table.
I did. I know. That's why I said, I know. You know what I mean? I know it looks... what you're telling me. I know it looks bad, but...
You were pissed off.
I can't cooperate with you guys' story as if I'd done something.
You're angry that this has happened.
I didn't do nothing.
The detectives cut through Kertrez's veil of grief, pressing him to face the facts. When he doesn't crack easily, they tighten their grip with irrefutable evidence. While the detectives wait for him to confess, Kertrez turns out to be more deceptive than they have imagined. He resorts to the manipulative deflection technique, trying to make the truth seem just out of reach. But the detectives, now certain that he's lying, are ready to shatter the illusion he's clung to, the illusion that he's outsmarted them from the start.
Man, I didn't do nothing, man. I'm telling you that.
Who did it?
You didn't hear a shot.
I'm seriously telling you, I did not do anything. I want to do something to the little boy that harmed my son.
Did you mean to do it to him and you hit her accidentally?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson, the look of surprise on your face, you gotta be kidding me. You're a smart guy. You hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? You're putting yourself on the block, right, honking the horn at the time of this thing, and you're telling us you didn't hear a shot. Are you on something? Are you a drinker? Are you using any drugs? I mean, is there an explanation for this? Help us understand this. That's all this is. I mean, help us understand it.
The understanding is I didn't touch anybody, mommy. I didn't touch anybody.
We didn't say you touched somebody.
I did not touch anybody. I did not do anything. I didn't shoot any guns. You'll catch a knife in my car. I don't have any guns at all. I'm trying to be as honest and straight up as front.
You are to a portion and then you stop when it gets down to the truth.
Because
this is your chance to get it off of you. You have to understand these kids recognize you. They know who you are, just like you know who they are.
Yes, I know. They've been with me.
So they seen you as you left out of there.
They've been with me for 8 years plus.
Okay. So these kids, like the little other JJ kid, he would know who you were, or the other
Yes.
the kids that live there.
All of them.
You don't think that they didn't see you leave from there after their mom was shot?
Miss Lady.
Killed on the ground right in front of them? And her grandbaby?
I didn't kill nobody, man. I didn't kill nobody. I tell you that.
That's it.
You're right. Okay.
Tell us what happened, Mr. Johnson.
That's what happened, sir.
You haven't really told us anything, though. What do you mean that's what happened?
That's what I did.
What did you do?
I just drove around.
Just drove around.
I just drove around, man.
In your mind's eye for me, get on Cook like you're driving up to the street, you're driving up to the house, right? Tell me what you're seeing. Tell me what you're hearing. Tell me what happens.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Okay. And I can't believe that just based, if it was just you and I talking, right? And I didn't have these other things. I wasn't afforded this video with audio.
You wasn't going to believe me anyways.
Are you sure?
Positive.
If you gave me, if I understood, right? If I understood from you, but you're not telling me anything. You're just telling me you drove by, you were there, honking the horn, whatever, but you didn't hear a gunshot.
You would never understand.
Try me.
I did what you would do.
Okay.
And you guys put me over here and interrogate me and try to give me a story that you make up for me. When I told you what happened, I told you about my son being like that, right?
You did.
You guys ain't.
Despite Kertrez's persistent denials, substantial evidence linked him to the crime. This included his cell phone data, eyewitness accounts, and the clothes he was wearing at the time of the murder, which were later found at his home. These pieces of evidence placed him at the scene on the night Losando was killed, ultimately leading to his arrest in December 2022. Still, one question haunted the investigation. How could someone carry out such a brutal act for revenge and truly believe they'd never have to face consequences? In December 2022, Kertrez Durrell Johnson was formally charged with second-degree intentional murder and illegal firearm possession due to his prior 5 felony offenses. On September 11, 2023, the jury found Kertrez guilty on both charges. In May 2024, Ramsey County Court Judge Laura Nelson gave Kertrez concurrent sentences of 35 years in prison for second-degree intentional murder and an additional 5 years for possession of a firearm.